Aloha! Oh, we got a lively crowd today. How you guys doing? Great. Who's excited? If you're really excited, say, oh yeah! Oh yeah! All right, now I know where all the guests are, because you guys are looking around, how come everybody's so excited? Well, I'm glad you guys are here. This is the beginning of the year. This is our first big event of the year. My name is Tony. I'm just here to get us started. So if everyone could reach into their pocket or purse really quick, and I can see everybody, so reach into your pocket, reach into your purse, and take out this little device right here, this magical device, check the side, and turn them on silent. Because whoever invited you to come here today is really excited for you and your future to see what we're sharing with you today. So if your phone goes beep bop boop or rings during the presentation, everyone's going to turn to you and go, oh, bro, you didn't turn off your phone. So everybody turn your phone on to silent, okay? So we can get started. We're going to start, we have a collection of the most powerful leaders in our industry and especially in our company here to share with you the vision of the future for our business. So yes, we have one excited guy, right? There we go, that's more like it. It's so true, you don't know what you don't know. And when you see, by the end of today, you're going to understand how powerful it is, what we have to offer, not just you, not just your ohana, but the community and the world. We have something here today to share with you, so I hope you have something to write down, notes. It's going to go quick, pay attention. This could change your future. We're going to jump in with a video, so if everybody could pay good attention, and we'll after that, we'll bring up our first of the day. Thank you for coming. Give yourselves a huge round of applause.
The next person we have the opportunity to promote found ACN after realizing that his current employment wouldn't allow him to retire financially. A fellow co-worker begged him for 30 days straight to take a look at the ACN opportunity. Now he credits ACN for helping him become a better person and excel at personal growth. He was in the top 30 team coordinators in customer production for all of 2016 and President's Club member in 2016 as well. Please help me promote to the position of Regional Vice President, Stewart Stant.
Aloha, ACN! Wow. Thank you. This is I was sitting back there and I was getting chicken skin. For those of you guys from the mainland, that's goosebumps. And I was sitting there, and the reason is my last event at this Blaisdell Arena happened in the year 2009, when I was sitting in like a seat where you are, and I got to see this opportunity called ACN. So you guys know I'm from Maui, born and raised. I work really hard. I've been working, I'm 51 years old. I know I look 50, yeah, but I'm 50 years old. And I can tell you, my experiences in life has been just simply amazing on the experience I've had because I've learned a lot. How many of you guys got a job? We all. Yeah, how many of you guys really love your job? Okay, see, but we had to get the job. And see, my life was this. Air Force, when I got out, and on Maui, I've been working for the county for 27 years now. Started off with the sewage department making less than $8 an hour, and I was a single dad. Any single parents in the house? Let's give all the single parents a round of applause. That's some hard work when you by yourself to raise parents. You guys don't know this, raising kids when you got two parents who started off. Imagine with just one. And imagine not having the monies you needed to raise a family because I had to get two jobs. Why? The Air Force gave me that VA loan, so I bought a home, a Mockery, and I was broke. So, make a long story short is, I've been working for the county for 18 years at the time, and someone had approached me with this information about a company called ACN. I was looking for extra money, ways to make extra money. Aren't we all looking for ways to make extra money? Yeah. See, so the person begged me for 30 days, and I finally showed up at the presentation on Maui, and I was blown away again. Why? Because these services you guys took a look at, I saw one service. There was one in 2009 that I was just simply amazed because it was a service called DirecTV. Anybody heard of DirecTV? Yeah. And this was so simple for me. Back in 2009, ACN only had 3 services. How many? 3. think it was pretty hard in Hawaii, you better believe it. We had $1.09 long distance and a video phone, okay? When I saw a chance that I could get paid on a service that I'd been paying for anyway, because get this, I'd been paying for DirecTV for 8 years before I saw ACN. So when I simply got started, it was just no-brainer for me to be able to get paid residual income on something I was going to pay for anyway. Isn't that true? Yeah. So when I got started in ACN, it didn't take work, of course. ACN works if you work. Look, the company called ACN, it's the world's largest direct sale telecommunications, energy, and essential services in the world. Okay? They've grown to in 25 countries now, worldwide, millions and millions of dollars in revenue. In fact, ACN decided to hit $1 billion in 2018. Yeah. And can we give a round of applause for ACN in the 25th anniversary? 25 years. Again, this makes my 9-year anniversary in doing this amazing business called ACN. This is our headquarters in Concord, North Carolina, and these are satellite headquarters around the world. We are global. Global. What you're going to hear today from some of the amazing people that are here. Look, I'm getting that chicken skin again because I would have never thought that I'd be on a stage talking to, in a place where I was born and raised, in Hawaii, now on stage talking to about a business that has not only changed my life and my family's life, but we're able to change hundreds and hundreds of lives in the state of Hawaii. So those of you guys who are here, okay? Are you here? You're here, right? Yes. So since you're here, just pay attention. Here's a person, what he told me in 1995 I got to meet. He said, Stewart, do you want to be successful in Hawaii? I said, of course I do. I work my butt off, I'm working 3 jobs. All you got to do is one thing. So what is it? Never listen to your broke friends. Here was the problem, Hawaii. All my friends are broke. All your friends are broke. So we had to get into a system and I started learning. Now look, that's all over the world. Check out these services. You really think about this. Today, all of these services, you guys recognize his name? Yes. You guys all recognize his name. These are services millions of people use every single day. Millions of people will pay for every single one. True or not true? True. So, and I like it today because this was awesome. Back in 2009, when Hawaii only had 3 services, the screen, they had to make the logos look big so they take up the screen. Today, look at this. It's amazing. So this is all the services. Now, wireless, energy, high-speed internet, security automation, television, digital phone homes, and payment processing, credit, swiping a credit card. Watch this. How many of you guys have used your phone today? How many of you guys have made a text message, sent a text message today? How many of you guys send a text message right now as I'm talking? You guys are doing it every single day. So imagine this. All of these services recognizing the names. The one I love on the top is called Flash Wireless. Why? It's gangster. It is cell phones. I love cell phones. I love cell phones. I love cell phones. You guys hear I love cell phones? But I love it more when people pay their cell phone bill. So this is why I love Flash Wireless. Now, our business model is really simple. It's really this. When I hear so much people say, oh, I don't know, I can't do ACN. I tell people, it is a relationship business that we do. Why I go out and I talk to people, and I help people switch their services over, and I don't change anything. In fact, 90% of the time I help people save money. So I look at it, we're out there saving people money. But you look at this. ACN, their motto is mind-blowing. Look at this. We don't advertise, we don't knock on doors, none of that. We use people like us who simply go out there and acquire customers. How many of you guys know at least one person that has a cell phone? Yeah. And you know that person's going to pay it every month. It's really easy, and we just go out there and talk to people. So I love the concept of ACN. But I also love something else. I can honestly tell you, it's been an incredible experience, and the growth that has happened in ACN has truly not only changed my life, but I've gotten to witness it with my daughters here. She's a team coordinator, which you'll see what that is, and she's sitting right in front. But what is special is, I had full custody when she was 2 months old. And now she's 23 years old today, and I will tell you this, what is awesome is the program of having not only a business like this, but to be able to be in business with your daughter. Can you guys imagine how powerful that is? And so I love ACN. And I owe this gentleman that I'm going to bring up next. And it's really hard to introduce a gentleman the words cannot describe on how I feel with this gentleman, what he's brought to my family. I mean, this gentleman, Mr. Tommy Lee, is the person I met on a wall. He's the reason why we ended up opening up ACN. He put up with a lot of, I was uncoachable, okay? Why? Because at the time I saw ACN, I was making $81,000 in a year in the county, and I was a superintendent for the county of Maui, and I was one of those that you cannot tell me. Okay? It took me a while, and because he stayed there, stayed focused, he never gave up on me, and I own that. He never gave up on me. So Oahu, can you guys all help me welcome Hawaii ACN's Regional Vice President, Mr. Tommy Lee.
Drinking some ridiculous stuff. Would that be appealing to everybody? Yeah. So as a New Year's, a lot of times we make New Year's resolutions. So a lot of the New Year's resolutions happen to be quit smoking, right? Lose weight, or what? Make more money. And I think a lot of us, no matter where you are in life, we desire more time in our life, more freedom. And you can never have enough money, am I right? I mean, I hang around some pretty wealthy individuals, and they often talk about getting to the next level. So if that's you, or maybe you've got a church, a charity, something in your life you really want to support or permanently endow, definitely pay attention to this, because my job is to run you through how we get paid, okay? And I'm telling you guys right now, this is a very momentous occasion for Hawaii. We started off this island, and a big island actually, 12 years ago, and now it's spread throughout all the major islands, okay, and through other states, and now things are happening all over the world globally. Not just for our team, but for our company. You just caught us at the right time. And the biggest mistake you guys could all make today is to take a look at one of our satellite events and think this ACN. And I'm one of those stage monkeys. I travel around the world, and I help to open up not just other islands and states, but even other countries. And I want to share with you a couple of pictures of kind of what's happening around the world, okay? So we expanded recently into Asia, our first Asia country actually, Korea, South Korea, I don't know about North Korea, South Korea, 7 years ago. And South Korea has 3 cell phone providers, SK, KT, and LG. And under the direction of our VP of Asia Sales, who you're going to be trained by today, they ended up partnering with all 3 major cell phone providers there with a 99.99% coverage. At our 1-year anniversary, there was about 4,000 people in that room. Super excited Koreans. And you guys know Koreans. They know how to make money, right? I know, because I'm half Korean, yeah? And then I'm half Japanese, so that makes me full Chinese, So we Asian, we know how to make money. And in 6 months, it turned to this. This is August 14, January 15. And now, for lack of a better term, it's out of control. And I tell you, that's what caused the owners or co-founders of our company to really pull the trigger on a much, much bigger market, Japan. How many of you guys are excited about Japan opening? September of last year, or not last year, but 2016, we launched and opened the country of Japan, and literally thousands and thousands and thousands of new representatives jumped on board, literally within the first 30 days of time. And we're looking forward to the rest of Asia. Later on, we'll be rolling out into Taiwan and Philippines and Vietnam and Singapore. But who's excited about the Philippines? Yeah. How come you guys are so excited about the Philippines? I'll tell you why. It is the tax capital of the world. There's like over 100 million people there. And out of all the 50 states, what state has the highest demographic of Japanese, Filipino, or Ja-Filipino if you are half-half? Hawaii, 31%. So what's really exciting about being here in Hawaii is you're strategically placed for international expansion, especially in the Asia-Pacific Rim. We also launched in the same month of September 2016 into Mexico and Puerto Rico, and over 5,000 reps came on board literally within the first 30 days. And we're partnered with one of the absolute top biggest telecom infrastructures for wireless, Telefonica, and we're going to roll out through all of Latin America. How many of you guys are excited about making pesos when somebody is using a cell phone in Mexico? Yeah. Right? So, that's exciting. This is what our office in Tokyo, Japan looks like every single Saturday. It is a can of sardines. We did a pre-launch event in Tokyo, and literally, this is not grand opening. This is pre-launch event. Over 2,000 people showed up. Okay? Fukuoka a few days later, 1,500. Osaka the next day, 1,700. Would you agree with me that Japanese people are embracing the ACN business? 100%. It's super exciting. Houston, Texas, you lucky you got a chair. And earlier this morning, it looked just like that, and we have to rent out hotel brand ballrooms every single Saturday just to train our guys. Canada's more like 2,500. Okay? Our Maui office is at capacity. Good job, Maui. You guys are okay, we did big events on Oahu. Our last event at Oahu, we had to pull out chairs as well. People are excited here. Kauai, hey, give them a break. They get 65,000 population, 15 stoplights, but 70% Verizon. So if you guys know people on Kauai, let's go take it right now. But we got people over here who opened up the Big Island. What's up, Big Island? They're the most excited. You want to know why? Big Island, 176,700 residents, 70% Verizon. Minus the small kids, there's probably about 80,000 Verizon cell phones on that rock alone. And we could probably save the majority of the money. Is that exciting? So guys, get pumped up about Big Island, Kona, okay? So what's the big fuss? Why is everyone so excited? Let me ask you a question. And when I first came up on stage, we offer you two things. A real vehicle where you can make more time and more money in your life. And I wouldn't repeat that if it didn't already happen for me. See, 14 years ago, I was so broke, guys. I was a restaurant guy. My whole life led me to busboy, barback, cashier, assistant manager, and then I opened my own restaurant. That was stupid. You know, I was waking up 4:30 in the morning every day, working 7 days a week, catering, cooking, cleaning. I was the janitor, I was the dishwasher, I was shopping, I was every hat in the restaurant. I thought I owned a business and business owned me. I was working 70 hours a week and 90 grand in debt. So I basically had no money, no energy, and no time. Could anybody relate? Yeah. And I started getting a phone call, and it was my best friend in Las Vegas. And he was calling me every week, every month, every other month or so. Not just excited, super excited. And I was so hard-headed, I was so busy earning a living that I wasn't open to making a fortune. Long story short, year and 10 months from then, he showed up in Hawaii and said, guys, I mean, we're not the kind of company that likes to talk about any kind of income or mansions or Ferraris or Lamborghinis or any of this stuff, so I won't. But let's just say he had a really good year that month. And he had retired his parents at age 21 and helped his church get into a 63,000 square foot building. So guys, I don't know where you were at 21, but you probably weren't retiring your parents, were you? Me, I was leeching off my parents. I was at the frat house doing keg stands playing beer pong. You know what I'm saying? Not retiring my parents. And I wanted that to happen to me. So of course we got started. And the very first slide that he shared with us absolutely revolutionized the way that I thought and saved my life. And I want to encourage you guys to, if there's one thing today, if there's one thing you want to take home with you, get this. Because if you get this, it will change your life too. And if you don't get this right now, you will probably struggle hard and work hard for the rest of your life until the day you die. No pressure. But what my mentor said, who's sitting right here in the front row, said, hey, you want to do financially well in North America, you got to know what's happening is 95% of us paycheck to paycheck lifestyle. 5% of us financially independent. Now that don't mean broke. There's people who have insane income. Doctors, lawyers, CEOs that make 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 grand a year or more. But they still go to work every day. They still bust their butts. They're still stuck in traffic. True or not true? Why? Because it doesn't matter how much money you make. It's a cash flow thing. They buy a ridiculous house with that income. They have 3 Mercedes-Benz sitting in a driveway. They got 2, 3 kids going to Kamehameha, Punahou, or Iolani. And then what happens? Heart attack, stroke, cancer, leukemia, laid off from your job. Hey, bad things happen, am I right? Yeah. Happened to me. 4 years ago, I fell off the roof. I shattered both my feet and my spine, and for 1 year I couldn't walk. $185,000 hospital bill, Queens Hospital, and more importantly than that, I couldn't run my business. I couldn't do a meeting or a phone call for literally an entire year. The second year was worse because I had to learn how to walk again. And I pray to God that nothing bad ever happens to you or your family, but let's be real. Do bad things happen? Absolutely. So where's your plan B? And that's where, thank God, I had this company. Thank God I had ACN and residual income, because financially I was okay. Physically I was pretty jacked up. But financially I was okay, and I was able to focus and not my bills, which most times an injury like that would decimate not you, your family, right? Devastating. but I was able to just focus on getting better. So I want to encourage you guys to really look at this as a plan B. Okay? And the difference, my best friend and my mentor said, hey Tommy, where do you want to be? And I thought to myself, I said, that's the most ridiculous question I've ever heard. Yeah, I went to, any guys went to private school? How many guys, public school education, right? And I never heard of paycheck to paycheck versus financially independent. And you know what's kind of cool? I went to college. That was the best 12 years of my life. I majored in girls and I minored in alcohol. Did you guys know at UH, I had a cumulative GPA of 4.0. Freshman year, 1.0. Sophomore year, 1.0. Junior year, 1.0. And you guys had the same plan as me at UH, and I never got taught this stuff. And so he taught me, he said, where do you want to be? I said, of course I want to be here, financially independent. I want to be this guy, drinking whatever they're drinking, with the cute girl, sitting on whatever they're sitting on. He goes, I don't think so. What are you talking about? I own my own restaurant, I work 70 hours a week, I'm going full-time school. He said, I don't think you're lazy. I don't believe you want to be here. Because if you wanted to be here, you would do what successful people do, wealthy people do to make money. And stop doing what the 95% masses to do to make money. See, here's your 2018 tip for New Year's resolutions. If you keep on doing what you've always been doing, aren't you going to continue to get what you've always got? True or not true? And if you keep on doing what everybody around you is doing, your friends and family, well, aren't you just going to get what they got? See, that makes total sense to me. The key to life is this. Find somebody that has what you want. You go where they go, do what they do, say what they say. I don't care if it's physically. I don't care if it's spiritually. I don't care if it's financially. If you go do what they do, you'll get what they got. True or not true? So when I finally had a chance in life to hang around some wealthy people that were willing to help me and teach me and hold my hand and show me what to do and where to go and what to say, I just didn't think. I just did it and my life turned around literally within 30 days. And the difference he explained to me is 95% use a system of making money called linear income. And 5% wealthy people, they don't make money the same way. They make leveraged, passive, or residual income. They work smart too. But they work hard too, but they work smart. They work hard one time and get paid over and over and over again. And most people in the 95% earn linear income where they work once and get paid once. They work 40 hours, they get paid for 40 hours, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if that's not enough money, you get 2 jobs and a part-time job. And you can only have so many jobs. There's only so many hours in a day and you're the walking dead, am I right? And it's true. Because you make money in only one currency. You make money in only one time zone. Guys, right now, we make money in multiple currencies. I make money in 14 different currencies. We make money 24 hours a day. And ladies and gentlemen, we make money when we're dead. How many of you guys want to learn right now how to make money when you're dead? How many of you guys don't care because you're dead? If you have children or plan on having children one day, should you, would you care? Of course, so please pay attention to this, okay? ACN, all it is a vehicle. And if you are brand new today, and you're looking at our services, and you're looking at our company and say, hey, you know what, I wouldn't mind lowering my Verizon cell phone bill, because those guys have been ripping me off for millennia. Or hey, I wouldn't mind saving or lowering a percentage on my credit card merchant service processing for my company. And I wouldn't mind making a percentage. Guys, if you just want to be a customer, it's free. But if you want to make money with this, you got to become an ACN business owner. And the setup fee and licensing is not super expensive. It's one time, $499 bucks. Let's give ACN a big round of applause. Why is that extraordinary? Because that means every one of us can do it. Does that make sense? I mean, guys, $499? Are you kidding me? Is that a killer deal? Think about how much is an iPhone 8? $800? How much is a Galaxy S8? The question is, would you rather have a cell phone or a cell phone business? I'll take the cell phone business. I mean, guys, think about this one. What if we walked into the Verizon store tomorrow and said, hey, call a manager. Manager comes up and says, excuse me, I am going to give you $499 and I am going to partner with Verizon. What would they tell you? Brother, what you drinking? Right? And say, here's the deal. Every time I bring a customer through that door, you're going to send me 10% of their bill every month, and you're going to give them a lower, cheaper bill for the same service. And they could be like, you crazy. And say, I'm not done yet. If my customer should happen to refer 5 other customers through that door, You're going to give them for free, and you're going to send me 10% of all 6 of their cell phone bills month after month for life of the customer in every city, in every island, in every state, in every zip code. Add on Sprint, add on satellite TV, add on home security, add on digital phone service, add on credit card machines, gas and electricity, and more Is that a no-brainer? Why does Verizon and Sprint spend billions and billions and billions of dollars setting up their 4G LTE network, putting on stores and hiring salary, or paying salary and training their workers, and then spending $20 million on a Super Bowl commercial and print ads and internet? Why do they do that? Just for an opportunity to make residual income. And you can piggyback all that for $500 bucks? Are you kidding me, guys? Is this no-brainer? 100%. So guys, just understand that $4.99 is for your customer service, your billing, collection, and currency exchange. We have thousands of employees around the world that speak Japanese and Korean and Chinese and German and French and all the languages, so you don't have to, okay? And what's cool about ACN is that we're not salespeople. We don't knock on doors. We don't advertise. Who's our customers? Yourself. Mom, dad, sister, brother, auntie, uncle, best friends. Guys, make no mistake, I'm not a super good sales guy. I can tell some jokes, but I'm not a sales guy. So if you're sitting like, I'm not good at sales, neither am I. But I'm good at telling somebody about a good movie. I'm good at telling somebody where the best sushi, or the best loco moco, or the best mochiko garlic chicken. I'll tell you where. And that's all ACN is. Hey, I found a really killer cell phone deal. You should check it out. Does that make sense?
Yeah, right.
And all we do is recommend and share information. And some people will be your customers, and some people might even want to jump on board on your team. But all I know is we earn up from 1 to 10% of all these customers that we get. Now, if you're a business owner, is that a no-brainer, yes or no?
Yep.
We have been talking to some big-time business owners, not just all throughout Hawaii, but around the world. And to those people that have hundreds of employees or own lots of properties or even buildings, especially in our energy markets, are you kidding me? Would they want to make 10% off of their own business? Oh, absolutely, okay? So that's the first way we get paid. We earn from 1 to 10% of all of this revenue that we bring in. How do you max out your 10%? All you got to do is hook up about 20 services or so. Mom, dad, sister, brother, auntie, uncle, best friends, people at church, co-workers. Can we do that? Yep. We'll hold your hand. We'll share it with you. You can do this over your cell phone or your iPad with your free time. You can do it in your pajama jams late at night while you're lying in bed watching the Channel 2 News. Okay? What's really cool about this business is it fits into the cracks, even for those people that are busy, and you can build it anywhere in the world. But so far, am I making sense, ladies and gentlemen? Like, I didn't lose anybody yet, right? Make sense? Guess what? Things that make sense also make money. And if this is making sense to you, it would probably make sense to a heck of a lot of other people. In fact, you might know a few people in your life that own a business who are really ambitious or motivated or want to support their church or charity or retire their parents. You might know somebody like super motivated or gangster on social media like Snapchat or Instagram or Facebook. You guys know anyone that speaks Tagalog Ilocano? You guys know anyone that speaks Japanese? You guys know anyone that speaks Korean? Guys, let's go talk to them. We'll help you talk to them. And let's say we find 2 people to join your team. Out of everybody you know in 25 countries, we find 2 people. And of course, if we can find 2 people for you, and let's teach them how to get 20 services or so. But guess what? That's 40 services that you don't know you didn't get. But guess what? You're going to earn a percentage off of all the customers that they get. But guess what? If we found 2 reps to join your team, don't you think we could find their 2? Yeah, that could become 4. That could become 8. Let's go find their 2. 16, 32, 64. And it will keep on building this way. And there's no limit to number of customers you can get. There's no limit to number of people you can get. This is just a way, an example of how we calculate our commissions or residual income. And you can earn from a quarter all the way up to 8%, 7 levels deep to start. You can get more levels later. But I'm just here to tell you, just in this small little example, if you found 2 people and they got 20 services, and they found 2 people and got 20 services, and you add that up, guys, that's over 5,000 customers. Is that exciting? 100%. Guess what, guys? 12 years ago, I was so popular in high school, okay? I have so many friends that I never find 2 people. I found 4 people! Woohoo! And in the last 12 years, we just kept sharing this opportunity. Oh, you should see how many people quit on us. You should see how many people laughed at us, right, Stewart? Ha! Never gonna work. Oh my God, it's one of those pyramid deals. Stupid, and they teased us. Some stuck it out, some came, some left, some came back. All I know is for the last 12 years, I have just been telling the story. And today, over 10,000 reps on our team that have brought us tens upon tens upon tens upon tens upon thousands of customers. I'm here to tell you, I haven't had a job this century. And I encourage you guys to do the same thing. Is it going to happen overnight, yes or no? No. Is everyone going to be your customer, yes or no? No. Is everyone going to join your team, yes or no? No. But in this example, how many are we going to find? 2. Again, how many services? 20. And we help them find their 2. And we help them get there? 20. And we help them find their 2. And we get there? 20. My mentor taught me that. Did I lose anybody yet? Sending Wonder Woman, Batman, Ant-Man, Marvel, superheroes, any superheroes in that story? No, every single one of you guys in this room, with our help, if you really wanted to, we'll hold your hand, we'll teach you how to get a few customers on your services one day, and you will even believe where you're at. True or not true? But don't confuse it with a typical type direct sales company. Notice here that I did not bust out a set of Ginsu knives. None of you guys going home tonight with any Tupperware magic coffee or a $4,000 water filter. Okay? Even though that's probably really good for you. But let me tell you this, the difference between ACN, you guys already know. We work with essential services and utilities. In fact, there's 4 major setbacks to that direct sales industry. I've been in this industry 22 years. You guys are all from Hawaii, you know what I'm talking about. Am I right? Yes or no? Yeah. Oh my God, been there, seen that. What is so good about this? Guys, I built teams of 1,500 to 2,500 reps, distributors in less than 6 months, 4 times in a row until I finally learned my lesson. You find one of these 4 things, tuck tail, and run for your life because it makes it difficult for the average person to have a success. They're gonna fail and hate you for it. And this is what I went through in Hawaii, with Hawaiians, over and over again. Here's number 1, I don't wanna be a salesman. It's called the retail barrier. I don't wanna push a product or service to a friend or family who don't have to have it. And in 2018, the number 1 test is, do they already have it? Here's the second killer, inventory. It costs money, takes up space in your garage, if it's a lifespan, you're giving it away for Christmas. 3, I don't want to leverage relationships just to make that sale. That's not even cool. And a 4th and a worst one, most of these companies make you buy $100, $200, $300 a month, right? Or some kind of a miracle product, and if you ain't making $100, $200, $300 a month, you're like, how many months go by before, dude, I got a whole garage full of shakes, and I'm still fat. So, I don't believe in it, and I'm not going to sell it to my mom and dad, and I'm not ordering another $152 worth of it, thank you, but no, I'm out. Some people do have a success. There's great products out there. I know, I take them all myself. I want to be healthy, but guess what? Every product or service in the world starts, peaks, and dies. True or not true? Any of you guys still playing Atari? Nintendo 1? Any of you guys not know what Atari is? I hate you. Any of you guys still using iPhone number 1? Okay, don't raise your hand. Everyone in this room will laugh at you. But everything starts, peaks, and dies. The worst one is the juice market. Who remembers Noni juice? Yeah? Okay, where they at? Go ahead, I'll wait. They're gone. It's not like Noni went extinct. It's not that it's not healthy for you. It is amazing. But they're gone, because after Noni got big, in came a company called Zango, the mangosteen fruit. My friend Henry was the number 2 money earner for Zango, 70,000 distributors on his team. You don't even do Zango anymore. That's the reality, because when Zango got big, Noni fell. After Zango was goji berry. After goji berry juice was acai fruit. After acai fruit was Tahiti Lima, Monavi, Stem Cell, Nevera, Kayani, Bihip, Yoli, Advantage, Priam, Viva, Zurita, Galaxy, Zurita, Asia, Wakaya, and there's a new one called It Works and It Don't Work. There's going to be a new juice. And I get it. I want to take it myself. I take all those products myself. I want to be healthy, but I am not stupid enough to expose my once-in-a-lifetime network to it. It's very short-lived. It's like spinning your wheels. Would you guys bet here in Hawaii the livelihood of your family, your children, your future on the fact that somebody may or may not buy a product from you 3 months, 3 years, or 5 years from now? Yes or no? No way. But I would bet you the shirt off my back and the last $5 in my pocket, you're going to pay your cell phone bill next month. because you have been. Thicker, good times or bad, recession or not, male or female, old or young. I care not what your religion is, Buddhist, Shinto, Muslim, Christian, you're going to pay your cell phone bill next month. And how are you going to charge it? Electricity. And how are you going to pay for it? Credit cards. This is so common sense. I feel up here like I'm just, you know what I mean? Like stating the obvious, right? And that's why we have so many successful people, not just here in this room, but around the world, people you wouldn't believe. People not banking own banks. People that don't like to check in through the TSA, if you know what I'm saying. People who are professional athletes. Just this past weekend, I was hanging out with a gentleman, owns 2 hedge funds, $350 million in real estate in Tokyo. Walked into the room. I hate network marketing. I said, I know, but you're gonna like this one. He said, why? I said, energy deregulation. He goes, what's that? I said, sit down, I'll show you. He goes, I'll stand. I went, he goes, sign me up right now. Is that no-brainer, true or not true? True. So I'll tell you guys right now, this is a no-brainer. How many of you guys saw that on the news, on New Year's Eve, there was a robbery in Mililani? 4 guys with shotgun walked into, and it happened to be our friends that got robbed, up to $1 million worth of jewelry. Is that the real? That's Hawaii. That's Mililani. And guess, needless to say, day before yesterday, we put 2 Vivint, not 1, 2 Vivint securities inside there. And the guy that put them in, he happens to be an ACN rep, and he made $200 twice by putting in that system. Like he needs the money, but he made $400 bonus. Is that pretty cool? And it's peace of mind knowing that we can help families not just to protect themselves, help businesses to lower their overhead, but help families to eliminate or lower their cell phone bill, and they can spend that money on more important things like beer, okay? So, let's quickly go through this. So Chris, if you could help me hand out these packets. Any of you guys want like New Year's cash? Because our company owners are just generous, and they know everyone's making New Year's resolutions, and they know people are motivated right now. I know, you guys are all going on a diet, right? You guys all just joined 24-hour fitness last week, and this week you never even go already, yeah? But if you, in your mind, were like thinking, in 2018, bro, I'm gonna make more money. I want more time. See, this is gonna be the vehicle. And to start you off, our company set out an extra $1,000 bonus for getting started in the month of January, okay? Now, in the month of January you start, and in the first 30 days, all you gotta do is complete the first few steps, which I'm gonna walk you through, okay? So everyone starts off here, team trainer. Help me out, everyone say team trainer. Team trainer. Okay, your first job is to become a qualified team trainer. If you don't get qualified, you don't make money. You do not pass go. This is kind of a joke. But if you don't do this, you will run what we call an NPO, a non-profit organization, okay? So get it done. We're gonna hold your hand, we're gonna sit you down, we're gonna help you do this in your first 1 hour of time. And all you gotta do is direct 3 services to your online store, 3. Okay, it can be any services. As long as one of those services is not you or your spouse, okay? It can be in your household, but one of those services, not you. Everyone with me on that one? So grandma's cell phone, your cell phone, and maybe your web tools. Or Vivint Home Security, a cell phone, and then your neighbor's DirecTV, okay? So once we get these 3 services, you're qualified, congratulations. Then we're gonna start working on a list. Who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know? Some of you guys are so smart, you guys are like Google searching, you're like, oh my God, my sister, she would tear this up. My cousin married this guy, their whole family is from Tokyo. Oh, my whole family, bro, they run Cebu. How many of you guys got some Filipinos like that? Guys, we need to talk to them like yesterday. And we'll go show them how to get started. We'll help you talk to them. We'll help them get qualified too, same thing you did. And you will get your first promotion called Executive Team Trainer. Now, why do you want to be an Executive Team Trainer? Because if you're an executive, every time you duplicate yourself thereafter, you earn a $250 bonus, okay? Could I get real fast all the all the executive team trainers in the room? Could you just really quickly stand up? I want you guys to recognize everyone. Stand up, executives. Let's give them a big round of I think the record on Maui right now is what, 45 minutes? Right, Stewart? We had one girl come down. She was so smart. She brought her 2 friends. At the end of the presentation, I'm excited. You in? Yep, I'm in. You in? Yep, I'm in. They got started, they got qualified. 45 minutes! Some of you guys like, how fast can we hit the bonus and the promotion? We're like, I don't know, what time is it? Okay? Now, if you get started and these packets are going out, and if you hit this first position in your first 30 days, you gotta sign up in the month of January to do this, you will earn a $500 bonus. Pretty cool? Okay. And that's too good at math, but how much does it cost to start ACN? $4.99. So if you put $4.99 into your ACN global business, and in your first few days or first few weeks you hit that position and you make $500, are you good to go? Yes. If one of those customers should happen to be Vivint, change that to $750. If two of them are Vivint, change that to $1,000. But here's the deal on all of our islands. If we help you to hit that bonus that night, the ears are on you. Okay? So the next position is called Executive Team Leader. An Executive Team Leader is just helping your two friends get their promotion. Or in other words, run for their bonus. So it's a push-pull system. Only way you get a promotion, your friends got to get promoted first. Only way you make money, your friends got to get promoted first. So if you're brand new, get this. We want you to get a promotion more than you want you to get a promotion. An Executive Team Leader, now you get a big raise because now you earn $100 every time somebody does this 1-hour job. So as an Executive Team Leader, and we're going to talk about this in the training portion, if you create an Executive Team, as Executive Team Leader, you create an Executive Team Trainer, you made $550. Let's get all the Executive Team Leaders to stand up real quick. Can I get all the ETLs stand up, please? Let's give them a big round of applause. Look at that. There are more Executive Team Leaders than Executive Team Trainers. That's crazy. Okay? Now, Team Coordinator is where it really gets serious. Team Coordinators earn up to $300 every time somebody does this 1-hour job. And I tell you guys right now, Team Coordinator is a very lucrative position to be. You can always tell who's a Team Coordinator because they have a smile so big they could eat a banana sideways. You know what I'm saying? Now, can I get all the Team Coordinators to quickly stand up in the room? Let's give them a big round of applause. So, we gotta wrap up this section. Just know this bonus is the most lucrative, easy to hit bonus I have ever seen in over 12 years of being with this company. And you're gonna hear from our mentors that probably is and I hear that it's the best bonus, the most simplest to hit literally in our 25-year history. Okay? And we are celebrating our 25th year anniversary with a big, big bang. And I'm telling you guys right now, it's not a missile. It really is that. Now, regional directors, regional vice president, senior vice president, we just get paid a heck of a lot more money for everyone doing the exact same thing. But when you get to our position, where I'm at, regional vice president, trust me, your team is more than 7 levels deep. It's probably in the dozens of levels deep. And so now you can have the ability to earn unlimited levels of unlimited residual income. Is that exciting? Trust me when I tell you, it's super, super, super exciting. Because you know why? I don't speak Japanese. But I talked to a guy, talked to some people that opened up Japan. I wasn't even there. And within the first month, literally put thousands of customers and thousands of reps and tens of thousands of customers in Japan. And now Japan is roping out of control like you guys wouldn't believe. Our VP of Asia is going to update you on that. But it's just, we are now selling electricity available to 99% of Japan. Everywhere but Okinawa. So if you guys speak Japanese, know someone that speaks Japanese. If you guys are not talking to them right now, you're just crazy. My recommendation to you is bust out your cell phone, go down the contact list, and if it says Tanaka, or Hashimoto, or Motoguchi, or Guchiyama, or Yamamoto, you just press send, okay? Now, all your training and support is done for you. We have local, regional, international training events. The best thing about our business is you're in good hands. We're personally going to hold your hand and work with you. We have online training. We have offices throughout all the major islands, and we have a weekly training, and trust me when I tell you this, if you're taking notes, write this down. Everything you need to know to become successful at ACN is at our weekly training. I'll repeat that. Everything you need to know to become successful at ACN is at our weekly training. So if you want to be successful in ACN and make a heck of a lot of money, have a heck of a lot of success, never miss training. Okay, everyone just say that. Never miss training. Because the more training you get, the more confident and comfortable you're going to get with this. Eventually, it'll make sense to you. Eventually, you're going to get it. Just like riding a bike, and if you learn this business, I'm telling you guys, it's the most powerful thing in the world. Okay? So 3 questions I want to wrap up before we hit our next, or bring up our guest speakers. Number 1, if not you, then who? I knew from my training and experience in life, opportunity is never lost, it only goes to somebody else. Would you guys agree? Yes. Can I make you a promise? You're going to remember today for the rest of your life. I promise you, I will come back to haunt you. You will. And everything that we just said, Mr. Stant and I, will come to pass. And guess what? Because you're going to see that. You're going to see it on the news. Guys, you know what? We just heard it in the news. Do you guys know that South Florida is deregulating their electricity? 2019? Any of you guys want to know people in Florida? You guys can hear all about that today. But I'm just telling you guys, it's exciting. State by state, region by region, country by... There's over 100 countries right now in the process of deregulating their energy. And I'm not saying Hawaii's going to launch tomorrow or next year. Heck, we'll probably be the last state. But it will happen. What you going to do? You're going to be watching the Channel 2 News one day with your spouse, and Joe Moore pops on and says, "Another news today, Hawaiians are finally going to have a choice of who their energy providers." You're going to be like, "Ah! Honey, look, Hawaii's deregulating." Oh, I was there at New Blaisdell Center, and there was this crazy Asian kid with a broken spine. He's like, "Oh, we're going to make money when somebody turns on the light." Don't be that bad. Don't be that stupid. When your spouse is elbowing you, "Hey, stupid, how come we didn't do it?" "Oh, that thing was $499. $4.99? That's what stopped you, for reals. Over a 1-year period of time, that's $1.38 a day. You can't buy a cup of coffee for $1.38 a day. True or not true? True. $499. That's one of my shoes. Not the pair. Mr. Paul Xavier, where's that? How much does it cost to get your real estate license in the state of Hawaii?
Over $2,000.
$2,000. He's a real estate broker. He's a published author. He's a real estate investor. He mentors many people. I said, you can't even get your real estate license for $2,000. Did you sell a house yet? Nope. I'm telling you guys right now, this is a deal of the century. This is an opportunity that you can't pass up. Second question, not this, then what? If we're not going to do this, what are you going to do? What is your plan B? Guys, 2018, don't make it another year. Do the Someday Honey plan. You know what Someday Honey is? Someday Honey, we're going to travel the world. Someday Honey, you're going to have your dream house. Someday Honey, we're going to go on cruises. Someday Honey, I'm going to buy you your dream car. Guys, I don't even have a honey. And I didn't want to do the Someday Tommy plan. I used to wake up 4:30 in the morning. The only 2 people in Hawaii were up were me and Stewart, because he don't sleep. And I'm brushing my teeth like, I hate you. Why are you doing this to us? And myself tells the mirror, shut up and go to work. I'll tell you guys right now, if not this, then what? Last question, if not now, then when? If you didn't get it, that's fine. You didn't see an opportunity to make money or save money, or maybe you got all the money in the world. If you guys knew some of the powerhouse individuals, even in this room, or people that work with us, their net worth, you guys would be like, what? That guy's doing ACN? Of course, they have the most overhead, the most employees, the most real estate, the most influence. You guys with me on that one? Yeah. To them, it's a complete no-brainer. You don't have to teach business people business. And the good news is, you don't have to be good at it either. You just got to put people in the seats, and eventually you're going to find somebody that blows this thing up out of the water, and you're just looking at her like, wow, look at that. That's awesome. So I'm telling you guys right now, we got your back. If not you, then who? If not this, then what? If not now, then when? If you want a life change, make a life-changing decision. In order to have the things you never had before, you got to do the things you've never done before. True or not true? True. I know it seems weird. I know it seems uncomfortable. But who here is willing to be temporarily motivated so you can be permanently lazy? Gotta work first. You know, you Hawaiians, you hear it the wrong way. Like, what? I can be lazy? Then I'm gonna be permanently lazy. No. Temporarily motivated, permanently lazy. I'm gonna work first. You guys like eat first. Yeah, like, where's the food? I'm telling you guys right now, there's no food. We have water in the back, but we got millions of dollars on the screen, so pay attention. Okay? So make a decision, A, B, or C. If you're an A stands for action, application. We got one right there. You can sign up online in 5 minutes. If you're an A, welcome to the team. Let's give all of our A's a big round. Best decision ever made. My reality today is better than the dreams I had 12 years ago. And the gentleman that told me about this opportunity never gave up on me. The gentleman I talked about, it's covers of magazines, he is here today. Our Vice President Asia Sales. Is that exciting? We have another Senior Vice President, a real estate mogul. This gentleman, he's not banking, he owns a bank. I knew about him before I met him. He was on the cover of Wealth magazine. In fact, I think he put the word well in wealthy. But he's just a personal mentor of mine, and he's influenced my life in so many ways, and especially 12 years ago. He's one of the reasons why I'm here. And that gentleman is here. His name is Mr. Al Thomas. Let's give him a round. You guys just heard from our Regional Vice President from Maui, Mr. Stewart Stant, who for sure, this guy don't need ACN. I hang out with him. He drinks $1,000 bottles of wine. So when looking into retirement, and they said, hey, after working 32 years city and county, what's going to be my benefit? And they basically said about 3-4 bottles of wine. He said, that's not going to do. And he started ACN, and today he's a regional vice president. And you know what? Alive or dead, his family's set for life. Let's give Mr. Stewart. Yeah, I work more dead than alive. Did you know that? You know, most of you guys are work more dead than alive. You guys know that? Just saying, guys, this company is such a blessing. Because you know what? After you die, you can will this residual income to your children, your grandchildren, or someone you love, like your regional vice president. I'll take care of it for you. Okay? And the last, or second person's B. B is I got questions. Hey, the training we're going to cover right now is going to answer all you need to know. By the time you leave this room, you will understand all you need to know to have a major success with this business and this opportunity, and that's why I'm glad you're here. So if you're B, feel comfortable that by the time you leave this room, you should have enough information in the cranium where you can make a business decision. And the last person is C, customer. We love you too. In fact, sometimes we love you more. Here's why. All the A's and B's, I gotta train you. But the C's, we're gonna hook up your Verizon cell phone and send you home. I'm gonna make money off you your whole life. 10%. But some child somewhere is thanking God you were smart enough to save money because that night they get to eat dinner. That's more important than you and I saving a couple bucks on your cell phone. So you guys, when we're done here with this section, I want you to turn to that person that brought you down. I know some of you guys are here from the mainland. Can we give all of our guests here that don't have their friend that invited them with them? I mean, there's a couple of, my friend Dave, real stand up real quick, from just moved to Hawaii. He's like here for 24 hours, 48 hours. People have been sent here from all over the world. That's what you don't understand. People that are not even here in this room, and their team is already growing in another, the most isolated place on planet Earth. That's how you have to understand how powerful our business is. Because we work together as one big ohana, one big family. And I don't care what island you're on, I don't care what team you're on, we treat you like family. Isn't that the way it's supposed to be, especially here in Hawaii? So let's give our team a round of applause, okay? So here's what we're gonna do next. We're gonna get into some serious training. We're gonna show you a couple of things, okay? We're gonna talk to you guys about mindset. We're gonna talk to you guys about our compensation plan, how we get paid. We're going to have our regional vice president from Maui cover all the services and how to master flash wireless cell phones. Are you guys curious or want to get good at making residual income when somebody makes a phone call or sends a text message or watches a video? 100%. Okay? Well, we're going to cover all of that as well. We're going to talk about promoting events. We're going to talk about building a massive team. We're going to have Mr. Thomas come up here and cover that. And of course, we're going to have the biggest surprise of all for you guys, which is such a rare blessing for us. Because we actually have our VP or Vice President of Asia Sales who took time out of his crazy schedule. Normally on the regular trains 50 to 25,000 people at a time. I just heard his schedule for February where he's got to be in so many cities in Korea, Japan, and all Europe, and it's crazy. But he's here not for 16,000 people, but for a couple hundred Hawaiians. And you guys gotta know, if you're part of our company, you just know that that is in itself an amazing opportunity you just don't miss. So let's give our VP of Asia Sales a big round of applause for being here. Let's go right into the team. So this next gentleman, he's a senior vice president with our company. He's kind of like our Hawaiian brother from another mother. He's from Florida, but he's local. You know, he went and married one local chick over here. Miss Diana Lacuna. And I tell you guys right now, he is the inventor in our company. He's known as the guy that invented beast mode. So if you guys want to make crazy money in a quick amount, or have success in a quick fashion, those of you guys that are sharks or fast-paced, you're like, let me in this thing, I want to tear this up. You gotta learn the mindset from this gentleman. Why? Because he's not just featured in Success magazine multiple times. He's not just a regular in the President's Club, not just a senior vice president in our company, but I tell you what, he's a leader's leader, and we're so lucky to have him come down here and spend some time with us here in Hawaii. So please, you guys, help me welcome in a warm Hawaii fashion our senior vice president, Mr. Knowles!
Do I have to train with this on? It's a challenge, no? I have to take it off. Can I take it off? No disrespect, but thank you guys so much. First thing I want to do is give the credit back to the gentleman we just heard from. He's truly a legend. Not just here at ACN. I knew this gentleman before we got into ACN. I knew he was one of the funniest network marketers in the industry. And it's true. Can we agree? This guy's like a comedian here on stage. But he's so funny. But the key is with his humor, don't let it confuse you because he's truly an astute business person. He understands this business like nobody else. He is a ninja here at ACN, has made fortunes in this business, has made fortunes outside this business, and to have him as your local leader here in this marketplace is a blessing that most people literally would pay tens of thousands of dollars to be able to be in this gentleman's presence, but you have him here in your own backyard. So let's not take his time for granted. Let's not take his leadership for granted. So if we can't give the credit back to my friend and business partner, soon to be Senior Vice President, Mr. Tommy Lee. Beautiful. All right, so I'm going to jump right into my conversation today. We're going to talk about the mindset that you need, that I need, that we need if we want to win. How many of us can agree? If you're going to start a business, it's because you want to win, yes or no? And what does winning really mean to you and your family? Obviously, in business, there's a word called profit that goes along with the word business, true or not? So what we have to realize, if we're starting a business, it's because we want to make money, but it's not the money that we're after, it's what the money can do for us. Are you guys clear on that? So what does winning look like for you in your life? What if you no longer had financial stress? What if you had unlimited time to be able to spend the time with the people you love most? What would happen if you had no more limits, unlimited resources, so you can truly live life on your terms? What would change right away? Start thinking about that. Now, today's conversation for the next 15 minutes, I don't want you to sit there and just look at me like, wow, that's pretty cool. He's pumped. I want you to participate. I want you to take notes. I want you to write things down. I want this to be an experience that we share together. Are you guys with me so far? So we're going to get right into what we need in order to win. Because here's one thing I know about winning. Everybody wants to win. Everybody says they want to win. See, no one goes to the gym and says, I can't wait to get fatter. No one goes to college saying, I can't wait to get dumber. No one gets married saying, I can't wait for it to end in divorce. Can we agree everybody wants to win, yes or no? But why do so few people win? See, my mentor taught me many years ago that it's choice, not chance, that determines your destiny. It determines everything. So the choices that we make today starting ACN, what we do once we launch our business, what we do when it comes to being coachable, to following our system and following our mentors, what we do when it comes to showing up at our Saturday trainings, those small choices compounded over time will ultimately lead you to winning. Are you guys following me so far? So let's jump right into it. And let me give you my background so we're not total strangers. I got started in ACN back in 2004. I was 18 years of age. I had no idea what I was walking into. All I knew was the gentleman who told me to come see the business was somebody I respected, somebody I trusted. And so he says, I think this is something you'd be really good at since you like to talk so much. You get paid a lot of money for talking to people. I was like, no way, that's crazy. So I showed up. Not really sure what I was here to see. And I had seen before. I had seen, like, you know, the lotions, the potions, and all that other stuff, but I came in initially closed-minded, not really sure what was going to happen. But after they showed the video, started talking about residual income and basics of the compensation plan, I got excited. And obviously, I saw the information. I wanted to do it. I didn't have the money to do it. And that was my first challenge, my first obstacle in the process. But the guy that was doing the presentation, that says, you don't have the money? You don't have $4.99? How does that make you feel? I said, broke. He goes, right. So what's your plan to change your broke situation? I said, well, I didn't know if it was a situation until I got here. Right? And then he goes, listen, if you don't do anything different, nothing different's going to happen in your life. The definition of insanity is repeating the same actions again and again and again and expecting a what? Different result. He says, man, listen, if you want to change your life, I can't promise you're going to make $1 million in ACN. But what I can promise you, your involvement, your exposure, and your experience to the environment can make a positive impact in your life and get you on the right track. And that's got to be at least worth $4.99. So you're probably right. He says, go find the money. I said, there's no way. He goes, trust me, if there's a will, there's a what? A way. I said, don't you know how hard it is in these streets? There's a recession out there. I read it in the newspaper. Right? He goes, listen, you got to make it happen. I said, well, I don't know what I'm going to go do because I'm not working. I have nothing. He goes, look, if I were to sell you my Bentley GT for $499, you guys know what a Bentley GT is? It's a nice car, right? And he goes, I'll sell it to you for $499, but you got to find the money within the next, like, 1 hour to 2 hours. Would you find the money? I said, hold on. It depends. What color's the Bentley? He said, black. I said, black? Okay, I'll be right back. I'll get that money. He said, so you'll find it for the car, but you won't find it for the business. So you value a car more than you value your own financial freedom. Max, you are worse than broke. You're what we call poor because you pass over opportunities repeatedly. You gotta take a different stride. You're going from thinking like a poor person to start thinking like a wealthy person, because wealthy people look to buy assets. They look to put money into things that will multiply and allow them to create massive growth and success financially. Does that make sense so far? So after he said that, he says, go find the money. I went and found the money. I borrowed it from my mom's credit card without her knowing. I figured she doesn't know how to use a computer. I can swipe the credit card. She won't see the bill for 30 days. I'm in, right? I signed up. American Express called her, fraud charge. She called me. I didn't answer the phone. She kept calling me back to back to back to back. And cut a long story short, we had an exchange of words. And my mom is Filipino, hardcore, traditional Filipino, and she wanted me to be a nurse. So the minute she found out I had used the $4.99 to start my own home-based business, she was livid, right? They told me not to come home that night. But anyways, cut a long story short, fast forward, 28 days into the business, I made $1,200. And I was motivated to make that money back because it was do or die. If I didn't make that money back, my mother was going to, kill me. Does that make sense? She kept the whole check. She charged me a lot of interest on that $4.99 loan, and since then we flipped it into multiple millions of dollars over the last 13 years, right? And so I got in, not knowing what the outcome was going to be. I got in hoping that, okay, I could at least break even. And once I made a profit, guess what ended up happening? The next month, my mind was like, okay, if I made $1,200 and all I had to do is X, Y, and Z, what if I just did a little bit more of the X, Y, and Z? How much more money could I make? And then the following month, it grew. It got a little bigger. And then the next month, it got even bigger. Before you knew it, within a year, the check got so big, both my parents jumped in, right? And after a year and a half, then my whole family jumped in. And after about 3 years, I was 21 years of age, and before you knew, we were making more money in a month than most people were making in an entire year. But it all started in a situation when I was sitting in these chairs just like you, questioning, doubting, and full of fear, wondering if this was for real. And here's the bottom line. I know it's for real. I know it works. It's worked for me for the last 13 years now. You might be new, and you're hearing these stories. Oh, that's great for the guy on stage with the shiny suit and that funny goofy hair. But how do I know it's going to work for me? And here's the facts. I don't know if it's going to work for you. And here's why I say that. Because I don't know what your motivation level is. I don't know what your commitment level is. I don't know what your coachability level is. Does that make sense? And in this business, you bring what you bring to the table. And if you do your part, the company will deliver. The leaders will deliver. It's undeniable that ACN is a powerful, proven opportunity. You bring your work ethic, you bring your coachable attitude, you follow through on your part, there is no doubt that you will be successful. But you got to be willing to take that first step. Are you guys with me so far? So my first question for all of you guys is, what's your reason why? What's your motive? What's your intention? What's your purpose? Why must you be financially free? I don't mean just making money to pay the bills. That's easy. You can go drive Uber, make money to pay the bills. I'm talking about living life on your terms. Be able to travel when you want to travel. I don't know why you would want to travel, though, because you live on vacation, right? But the ability to have an option, say, you know what? We want to leave the island. We want to go here. Then we want to go there. See, what is your motivation? Maybe your goal is to become a real estate mogul and just buy up properties and be able to will it to your kids. Maybe your goal is to open a nonprofit organization. Maybe you want to help orphans. Maybe you want to help single mothers who've been abused. Maybe you want to be able to do something in third world countries and raise capital for maybe your country where you're from. So what's your motivation? What's going to be that drive to get you to step outside that comfort zone that most people have been living in their whole entire life? In fact, they call it the box life. Think about it. What shape is your bed? Shaped like a box or a rectangle, depending, right? And then when you wake up in the morning to an alarm clock, that alarm clock is usually shaped like what? A box. And then you wake up, and then you put your clothes on, then you get in your car, and that car is shaped like a what? Unless you're driving one of Mr. Bay's cars, right? And then you get to your job, and if you work at a job, you probably have a desk or a cubicle, and that cubicle is shaped like a what? And then about 12 o'clock in the afternoon, the bell rings and it's lunchtime, so automatically you go get your lunch out of the lunch what? You go eat your lunch, and then after lunch, you got to go back to the cubicle, which is what? A box. You drive home after work, turn on the TV, which is shaped like a what? And then you do it again every single day, Monday through Friday, and before you know it, the end comes, and they put you in a coffin that's shaped like a what? A box. We call it the box life. Are you guys with me so far? And I want to tell you that everything you want in your life is outside of that box. But in order to step out of that box, we got to be courageous. We got to be able to have a vision that is far superior than what we currently see for ourselves. And so that's the first reason why I spend time on this, is because you got to get clarity on your purpose and mission at hand within the ACN opportunity. Are you guys with me so far? So make a decision. You're going to go through a learning curve. Understand that everything that is easy today for you was once difficult. Are you guys with me so far? One of my favorite mentors in this business says, hey, before you're great, you're good. And before you're good, you're bad. And before you're bad, you're terrible. And before you're terrible, you got to start. Does that make sense? So nobody starts as a master. Most people start as a disaster. But the commitment you must make today is to be willing to go through the learning curve. Are you guys with me so far? So right now, you don't know what you don't know. You got it. You're like, oh, I'm pumped up. I have $4.99 done. Customers, I got it. Team members, I'm going to find 1,000 reps. I'm going to go SCP in a week. That was my mindset. And then I got in and signed up and started talking to people. Reality set in. I called my first best friend. He goes, no way, bro. You're going to lose your money. I'm not interested. I'm like, okay, no problem. You're just a hater. Then I called my aunt. And I figured my aunt would help me out. She helps me with everything. I asked her to be a customer. She goes, no. I don't know what this ACN thing is. I'm with AT&T for life. I will never quit AT&T phone service. You go do your thing and let me know how it goes in a couple of months. Maybe I'll be a customer. I was devastated. I called my mom. Well, you know why? I called her for the money. So she wasn't even talking to me. I couldn't even get her as a customer, right? So in the beginning, it was difficult. And what I had to realize is that, hey, the reason why I'm struggling right now, the reason why I'm having failure right now, it's not because the company doesn't work. The company works. Look, that guy got 60 customers. That guy got 1,000 customers. That person's making all this money. The company works. See, what I had to realize in my first 30 days, the reason why I was going through challenges, the reason why I was having a hard time, it wasn't because the company was hard. It was because I was what? New. Does that make sense? New. And I had to accept that I was going to go through a learning curve here in this business. So all of you are going to go through a learning curve. But let me give you a hack. A secret so you can shortcut the learning curve. Because they say it takes about 10,000 hours to master something. Have you guys ever heard that before? 10,000 hours of doing the same thing to master it. Well, let me give you the hack to master ACN. You guys want to know the hack to master ACN? Yes. Okay. Fail fast. That's it. Don't worry about being perfect. Don't be that. I can't talk to my contacts yet to have the perfect script. Don't worry about that. Go mess it up. Verbally throw up on everybody. Here's one thing my mentors taught me. You can say all the wrong things, but if you say it enough times, you'll find somebody who says, that's a good idea, right? Think about it. Someone bought a pet rock, yes? You guys remember that pet rock? Someone bought the spinner thingies. You know what I'm talking about? See, when those things first came out, we thought that was a dumb idea, but that person that said, oh, dumb idea, okay, you watch. And they just kept doing it. Eventually somebody said, yeah. And then it became what? Huge. So right now, here's the bottom line. Fail fast. Don't worry about being perfect. The good news is you're going to give it a system today to give you the basics of what you need to know. But the key thing is you got to go out there and just do it. Say, well, just do it. I'm afraid. Just do it. Oh, people are going to be negative. Just do it. My friends tell me this thing doesn't work. They've tried something similar. Just do it. Just go out there and just do it. Just mess it up, and I promise you, the more you mess up and you get up, I guarantee you're going to go up. Make sense? Yes or no? Remember, emotional roller coaster. What does that mean? See, right now, I promise you, by the time I'm done the next 5 minutes, you're going to be fired up. You're going to be sitting here like, I know Hawaiians are super laid back. I mean, so from what I understand, my wife's not laid back. My wife's a beast, right? Is she from Hawaii? Like, for real? But anyways, I know Hawaiians are super laid back, but I promise you, even though you're laid back and you're chilling, right? Sorry, that's my Jamaican accent. He was from a Hawaiian accent. Anyways, Long Island. I swear, Hawaii is like the Asian version of Jamaica. Like I say it all the time. Anyways, you're going to be in a peak emotional state when we're done right now. We're going to be excited. How many of you guys know what it is to be excited? Anybody know? 5 of us. There we go. There we go. Let's go. Who's excited? Let's go. Okay. All right. You're fired up right now. Yeah? Oh, yeah, we're fired up. But watch what happens in about 4 hours. You're not going to be so fired up. Right? You're going to be some loco. You're not going to be so, I don't want to go do that conference call tomorrow. I don't want to come. I'm supposed to go to a meeting today. Oh, no, I'm trying to go to sleep. Right? Here's one thing my mentors taught me is that we are emotional, right? People, and it's normal to be emotional. But in business, we've got to remove the emotions. Right? So you're going to experience things. You're going to feel positive. You're going to feel negative. Here's a secret, right? Secret sauce. Just focus on your why. Don't let your feelings get in the way of your own success. Are you guys with me so far? Yeah. Think long term, right? This is not get rich quick. This is get rich slow. What if it took you 5 years to be able to make enough income here at ACN where you were completely debt free? Would it be worth it? Yes or no? What if it took you 5 years to be able to reach a position in this company where you had enough residual coming in month after month, year after year, that matched your current full-time job or career? Would that be worth it? Yes or no? Of course. We've got to keep the long-term perspective. And here's the key, coachability. See, I was so uncoachable my first couple of months in this business because I got into ACN thinking that I knew everything. What did I know? I was 18 and broke. That's like the worst position to be in. Young and inexperienced and broke, but yet you think you know everything. You know people like that? Do they have those kind of people here in Hawaii? No? Only in Miami? Okay? So the reason why it took me so long to really start cranking my momentum in this business is because I got in my own way. I was not coachable. I wanted to do it myself. And once I failed enough, then my mentor says, okay, are you done failing? I say, yeah. He goes, are you ready to be coachable? I say, yep. Then he gave me the system. He showed me what to do. The leaders here are going to break it down for you. You've got people here who made big money in this business. They're going to teach you everything, right? My mentor said, I'm going to give you the system. So after, since you tried it your way already, the first 30, 60, 90 days, you tried it your way, and you're not making any money. You made some money, but you're not making the kind of money you could be making. And now that you're coachable and you're surrendered to the process, I'm going to give you the system. And if this is the system, if you follow, here's what he told me, that you can make 25 grand a month. I said, no way. He goes, oh yeah. Oh yeah. I said, for real? He goes, yeah. Follow the system 100%, you're going to make 25 grand a month. I said, no. He goes, yeah, just do it. Trust me. I said, okay. So I sold out to the system. And about 2 years later, I started making 25 grand a month. Could you believe that? And then my mentor came and he goes, hey, you're making 25 grand a month, aren't you? I said, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He goes, all right. Remember, it was the system I gave you. I said, yeah. He goes, you remember how you wanted to do your own system? I'm like, mm-hmm. He goes, okay, now that you're making 25 grand a month, let me get my system back. You go do your own system now. I said, no way. I'm not changing anything. He goes, okay, so now you're fully committed because now you trust because it works, right? And so it's so funny because a lot of us get into this business thinking that we know better than our mentors. My mentor was so smart how he tricked me into being coachable. He let me do my own system for a month or two. I failed disgustingly. Then he says, try it my way. I tried it his way, got to the big money, and then he says, did you want to go back to doing the other system? And for the last 10 years, I had never changed the system. Does that make sense? He calls me all the time, are you ready to change the system yet? I'm like, nah, man, stop playing with me. I'm never changing the system. Because what happens if you change the system? You change the what? The results. You risk that money. Does that make sense? Are you guys following me? Yes or no? Yeah. Okay? And then work ethic and commitment. And so I know a lot of times when you hear the word residual income, in the way it's packaged and promoted, it's like, oh yeah, wouldn't it be great just to be sitting on the beach in Waikiki, that's a beach, yeah? Drinking a Mai Tai. Drinking a Mai Tai, and you don't have to do anything because you got residual. Like, that's great, right? That sounds beautiful, but the truth is, you gotta work to get there. Don't just think because you got a gym membership automatically gives you a six-pack. You still gotta work out. You still gotta eat right, yes or no? Just because you get an ACN membership doesn't automatically mean you're going to be sipping Mai Tais in Waikiki. You got to work. You got to talk to people. You got to be committed. You got to be consistent. So I want to give you the right expectation. This is not a lottery ticket. This is not, oh, I just got in and boom, I'm rich. No, this is a what? Business. Say with me, business. And as with any business, you must build it. Are you guys with me so far? You got to build the business. You got to build the house before you can live in the house. Are you guys with me so far? So if you want ACN to shelter you and take care of you financially, you must build that ACN house. All right? Two things in that. Here's the good news. You don't have to worry about all the complexities of a traditional business. Why? Because it's network marketing. It's a home-based operation. How many of you guys got a cell phone? There you go. 15 of us. Do you guys not have cell phones? No? Yeah, you got a cell phone. Okay, you got one too. Okay. So that's your overhead right there. Now let me show you something. How many people, how many contacts do you have on your cell phone? How many times a day are you sending text messages out? All day? Yeah. How many times are you on social media? Who's on social media every day? Admit it. Where all my junkies at? Come on. Like how many of you guys start sweating because you don't touch your phone and you're not near your phone? You guys have withdrawals? Right? So here's the bottom line. It's so simple what we do. Here's why. Because all we do is we share information with people. Social sharing, social marketing, social selling. You know the funny part is, you're constantly socializing anyways. How much money do you make right now for sending text messages, random text messages to people you send text messages to every single day? Nothing. How much money are you making right now for going on Facebook and engaging with people and Instagram? Nothing. You do it, you're, oh, this is so fun. Look at the video with the cats, how cute. So you're on there right now, you're doing what we do. The difference is your attention is not focused on building a business, it's just going and having a recreational experience on social media. Does that make sense? But if you have a business now, and our business is all about getting customers and talking to people, most people have a cell phone and they're online. So if you already have a phone and you're online, guess what? All you gotta do is learn the language, and now you can start making money for the time and energy and attention you're putting out there into social media. Are you guys with me so far? You're already doing it. You're going to do it anyways. Now it's time to turn your social media and your cell phone into a 24/7 cash register. How do we do it? By talking to people about the business. By talking to people about the services. And your mentors today will cover the specifics of what to say and how to say it. But that's all it is. You don't have to worry about climbing a roof. I know Tommy said he fell off a roof. But I promise you, it wasn't because he was installing a satellite TV dish. Does that make sense? He wasn't installing Dish Network or Direct TV. So what does that mean? We don't have to worry about that stuff. All we got to do is go out there and network and build networks and engage. Instagram, social media, your cell phone, your contacts. You're going to go to church. Great, engage. Does that make sense so far? You're out there doing it every day. It's time to get paid for what you've been doing your whole entire life. Are you guys with me so far? Here's a simple recipe as I wrap it up. Here is the wealth principle. And it doesn't matter how perfect you are or how bad you are. If you just get this one piece, I promise you, over time, everything will work itself out. So here it is. Talk to a lot of people and they'll make a lot of money. Oh, they've changed it up a little bit. Have a lot of success. Made it a little bit messy, right? Talk to a lot of people, you'll have a lot of success. How many of us want to have more success, more freedom, more independence, more options, more choices? Yes? More joy, more happiness, more fulfillment in life. Yes? So here's how you're going to go do it. If you go talk to a lot of people, that will lead to what? Customers, team members who get customers. And that in turn will allow you to create residual income and in turn what? Equals success. If you talk to some people, you'll have what? Some success. And if you talk to no people, guess what happens if you talk to no people? No, what a concept. Isn't that an interesting concept? I love when I meet people who start business like, man, I made no money in business, in your business. Like, what do you mean you made no money? He goes, yeah, I just got in, man. I hadn't gotten a check yet, so it's not working for me. I'm like, what? That's like the guy who said, I'm going to wait till I have a six-pack and 13% body fat. I'm winning the Arnold, Mr. Olympian world record, and then I'm going to go to the gym and start dieting. See, there is a recipe, there is a process to going out there and getting success in this business. We got to put in the time. We got to put the work. Here's the best part as I wrap it up. It's part-time, spare time. We all have 24 hours in our day. Yeah? It's January 2018. Yeah? How many of us remember January of 2017? Nobody remembers that? 2016? Who remembers 2016? Who remembers January 2015? Who remembers what you said to yourself and to your family 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago about what you were going to do, how you were going to change, and how you were going to become make an impact and create positive a ripple effect in your family tree? How many of you guys remember talking that way? I remember years before I became successful, every January I was like, I want to do something different. I want to be successful. I want to change my life. I want to make more money. I want to travel. I want to spend more time in church. I want to spend more time with my family. And it's crazy. Because I would see that every year, every new year, I would go into the new year expecting something different to happen. And it's so funny because at the end of the year, I was in the same exact place that I was prior to when we first started that year. See, my mentor always says, most people live 1 year, multiply 7 times, and call that life. And finally, when I understood that it's up to me to make a change. See, I can't wait for the feeling to come. I can't wait for the perfect circumstances. I can't wait for the right mentor, the right coach to show up and hold my hand and take me to success. See, when I got to the point in my life where I was sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I had enough, it was do or die, it was make or break, it was get after it or just go back to sleep for the rest of my life, because I knew that eventually 10 years would pass by. I knew eventually 20 years were going to pass by. And I had a decision to make. Am I willing to see myself 10, 15, 20 years from now broke, busted, and disgusted? And the answer was absolutely not. And thank God I had an opportunity called the ACN, where every single time I would go to a training like this, they would talk about how I could step up and make a decision and change the next decade. I could change the direction of my future. I could change my outcome. I could change my circumstances if I'm willing to be coachable, if I'm willing to put in the work, if I'm willing to put in the time. This business does not care about your background, does not care about your past, does not care about your resume, does not care about all the bad things you've done or all the bad things you've gone through. All this business cares about is, are you going to show up? Are you going to put in the time? Are you going to do your part? And if so, I promise you, you can write your destiny. Does that make sense? So with that, I'm going to go ahead and shift gears. We're going to bring up our next speaker. Are we? Is it you? Please help me bring up to the front of the room my friend and business partner, Mr. Tommy Lee.
Knowles is coming here not just for this on vacation, and they're taking time away from their family. They're here with his beautiful wife, Miss Deanna, and his daughter, Camille. Can we give them both a big round of applause? Yeah. That baby right there, she retired before she was born, man. She came out, she was like, yeah, I'm done. So, we're going to move right on into a section right now which is called the comp plan. And then how many of you guys want me to show you the money? Okay? And when it comes to the comp plan, I really want you guys to understand you're not going to get this usually the first time. You're going to have questions and you're going to eventually learn it. Does that make sense? But you just want to kind of understand the concept of what we do, and it's just a simple process. Okay? So we earn 3 different types of income. The first one is called personal residual income. And this is from residual income based off of the services that you acquire personally. Mom, dad, sister, brother, son or daughter, a best friend, people at church, co-workers, they all have cell phones, as Mr. Max Knowles explained to us. They all have TV, they're on the internet, they're using electricity for all of these devices. So guys, just understand personal residual income is a no-brainer. And then of course, as we start building a team, you're gonna earn overriding residual income. And of course, the third one is customer acquisition bonuses, okay? Or the now money. So let's talk about personal residual income. When you start ACN, you pay your $499. You get your own online store operating in 25 countries. We're going to talk about this at our weekly training. And we don't knock on doors. We start talking to our friends and family directly into that online store. Just understand, every service is worth points. It has a point value. So the average cell phone is worth 3 or 4 points. If it's a family line, it has more. Or we'll talk about this in more specific later. Okay? A DirecTV account, 3 points. This month, Dish Network is worth 4 points. And so every service is worth points. And also with every service, it brings with it revenue. If my cell phone bill is $59.99 a month, the revenue is $59.99. Okay? So once you get 1 point or more, or 1 to 29 points, you're going to earn 1% of all of that revenue of those services that you hooked up to your personal online store. 30 to 39 points, 3%, 40 points or more, 5%, and to max out your full personal residual income, 10%, all you need to do is get about 60 points. So the magic number, guys, is what? 60 points. You should not ease up, you should not relax, you should dig, especially in the beginning for customers or services. And what's going to happen is you're going to hit your 60 points, you want to do it quickly, and keep on going. Don't stop there, obviously, but the minimum is 60. Now, that's not 60 cell phones. If the average cell phone is worth 3 or 4 points, we're talking about 15 to 20 cellular phone services, okay? Now, let's talk about the second one, which is overriding residual income. Okay, this is called leveraging. The wealthiest people in the world leverage. Mr. Bill Gates has over 155,000 employees. If he is sick tomorrow and doesn't go to work, he still get paid. True or not true? Okay, so it's very difficult, almost nearly impossible to become mega wealthy by yourself. That's what basically America is. It is a capitalist society. How did Facebook get big? Did Mark Zuckerberg sign up 1 billion people? Or did he start a website for less than 10 grand, added all his friends at Harvard, they added other friends at Harvard, they added other friends at Stanford and Yale, they got non-college students, they got other Americans, Americans got non-Americans, and today there's over 1 billion people on Facebook, with millions and millions of people joining every single day, and Mark Zuckerberg worked almost over $300 billion. Is that the power of what we do? Exactly. So I'm telling you guys right now, building a network is powerful. The wealthiest people in the world build networks. And when you first get started in ACN, you got that 1 to 10%. But to unlock your first 2 levels, all you need is 10 customer points or more. Unlock levels 3 and 4, 20 points or more. Unlock levels 5 and 6, 40 points or more. And again, to get your full 7 levels deep, okay, which is me recruiting another rep who recruits another rep, and that happens 7 times. You're 7 levels deep, 60 points, guys. That's the magic number, okay? Now, when it comes to building overriding residual income, you can earn on your first level 1/4% on your second level, and it goes all the way quarter, half, 3, 5, and 8% on your 7th level. Where are the biggest percentages? Where you have the most amount of reps and the most amount of customers. As you start building a bigger team and it fans out, ACN is going to pay the biggest percentages where you have the most amount of customers and the most amount of IBOs or independent business owners. Okay? So, let's move on. Once you get to a higher position, such as Regional Vice President, okay, or Regional Vice President Platinum, or Senior Vice President, okay, I'm a Regional Vice President now, so I make 1.5% residual income on all of my service or customers and all of my IBOs in all these different countries, okay? And this is very exciting because I tell you right now, guys, once you hit in the higher positions, you're going to find somebody who finds somebody who finds somebody who talks Tagalog or Ilocano, who is the mayor of Cebu, and blow this thing up for you. I don't speak Japanese. Nihongo wakarimasen. That was all my Japanese right there in one sentence. But I get plenty Japanese friends. I have plenty Yobo friends. I get plenty Chinese friends. Right? Why? We live in where? Hawaii. Me, no habla español. But I talk to people who have signed up reps in Mexico. And I have now customers paying cell phone bills in Mexico, and I'm making pesos in my sleep. Is that exciting? Yes or no? Yes. Overriding residual income is amazing. Guys, I have literally tens upon thousands of customers in Japan. Japan deregulated their electricity in April of 2016. And the Japanese government wants every single one of those electric customers in Japan, 85 million of them business and non-business, or business and residential, to switch by the Olympics, or they will be defaulted to another higher paying carrier automatically. What I've just told you is that everybody's switching whether they like it or not. And only 10% have done it so far. Do you understand how big that is? If I could speak Japanese, I never would have left Tokyo. I've been running around the streets. Genki desu ka? Genki desu ka? Genki desu. That's it. I'm telling you guys, if you know Japanese people, we need to talk to them yesterday. But guess what? I override a huge portion of Japan. I don't know what the percentage is now, probably over half of the country. But here's what's exciting to me. One, I'm not even in Japan. But two, they're one day ahead into the future. You guys know that, right? How many of you guys want to make money before you can even spend it from the future? That's why I love my team coordinator, Mr. Rob Flores over there, because he lives in Japan, and he's the one who's doing this massive thing. I'm going to get a Rob Flores tattoo right there. Okay, now, when you get to a higher position, Platinum Regional Vice President, that's when you have $300,000 in billing in your whole team. We'll show you guys about this in training. They double that percentage to 3%. And when you get to Senior Vice President, where Mr. Al Thomas is and Mr. Danny Bay was before he became our VP of Asia, where Mr. Max Knowles is, guys, 3.5%. You can remember 3.5%. I'm going to tell you guys right now, you hit Senior Vice President, if you have a job, you weird. In fact, if you're any of these positions up here, you kind of weird. Why? That means you really love your job and you would practically almost do it for free. Isn't that the real test? How many of you guys know people out there, oh, but I love my job? It's like, yeah, I know you love your job, but would you do it for free? Oh, I wouldn't do that, but you don't love it that much? True or not true? Are there doctors and dentists that travel the world and operate on kids, fix cleft lips, fix their fillings, root canals, and do pro bono, do it for free out of the love of their own heart, yes or no? Yes. I believe those guys. Yes. Everyone else, I don't believe you. Okay? Now, when it comes to the CAD bonuses or now money, these are one-time bonuses that are kick-off when customers are acquired. Understand this, we are not a recruiting Ponzi pyramid scheme. There are many illegal companies out there on the internet. There's many things that do not follow the law of the Direct Selling Association or the state or federal laws. I'm telling you guys, there are a lot of bad companies out there that give this industry a bad name. We are not one of those companies. We are ranked A. We're the Better Business Bureau. We are part of the Direct Selling Association. We are featured in Success Magazine 13 years in a row. Success Magazine, not Failure Magazine, not Broke Ass Magazine, Success Magazine. Fortune 500 company, right? Inc. 500 ranked as 22nd fastest growing company within our first 5 years of building. And here's what's even more exciting. This is that Inc. 500 that ranked energy as one of the fastest growing sectors of business. And there's Zoom Energy. You can come take a look at this. We're number one. We have the largest footprint of any company reselling natural gas and electricity on planet Earth. And in the United States, we are the fastest growing privately held energy company in the United States, and Warren Buffett is calling energy deregulation the largest exchange of wealth in history. The number one money guy, arguably, that ever lived, is saying it's as big as it gets, and this is what I do. He just bought Nevada Power, $5.1 billion front page of the Nevada newspaper. Is he putting his money where his mouth is? And we don't claim us. We own the king. We sell gas and electricity in 12 countries, 20 states. How are we looking? Guys, we're not doing okay, we're dominating. But here's what you gotta do, it's gonna keep you excited as you build your organization. So everyone gets started, team trainer, you gotta get qualified. If you don't get qualified, you don't make money, it's kind of a joke. You gotta direct 3 services. 3, okay? And one of them has to be outside of you or your spouse, okay? So here's some recommended services, okay? So let's say you picked up your business tools, that actually counts as a service for us. You got Vivid Home Security, and maybe you got your neighbor's cell phone. Guys, you would be more than qualified. So we're gonna talk more in detail about this at our weekly training. But just know this, when you get in, your first goal is to hook up 3 services. We will hold your hand, and we will help you to, how fast can you get this done? Where's Miss Debbie Coloma from Hilo? Miss Debbie? You guys just recently signed up a rep named Abby, I believe?
Yes.
How long did it take her to get qualified?
29 minutes and 55 seconds.
29 minutes, 55 seconds. Right? So somebody goes, how fast can they qualify? And I'm like now? Like, how about now? Right? Okay, and in Hilo, 29 minutes, that's like an eternity, okay? So, when it comes to qualified, once you're qualified, we want to hook up 2 people on your team. We will help you talk to them. Your job is to invite, not present. Your job is to put okoles in chairs. We will talk to them. Some will just be your customer, but some will jump on your team. Once we have 2 people jump on your team, you get a promotion called Executive Team Trainer. Why do you want to be an Executive Team Trainer? Okay, we call it 5-5-5. Okay, get in, get 5 points, 3 services, find 2 people, they get in, get 5 points, 3 services, 5-5-5. Okay, if you hit Executive Team Trainer and you help somebody thereafter do the same thing, 5-5-5, okay, you make a $250 bonus. Okay? Now, if that person thereafter goes out and does the same, they make the $250 bonus. You guys see that? Yeah. But you're still earning overriding residual income. Okay? The next position is called Executive Team Leader. And the only way you move up to Executive Team Leader is help your 2 reps in your team on separate legs hit Executive Team Trainer at any level. Okay? So if you got 1 on the left, 1 on the right, you become Executive Team Leader. Okay, now you earn a $100 customer acquisition bonus, a one-time bonus. Every time somebody jumps in, you would earn a $250 bonus, but you would also earn 100, 100, and 100, or an additional $300 for a total of $550. Is that a big difference? Now, Executive Team Leader has an Executive Team Trainer on their team, and that Executive Team Trainer goes and creates an Executive Team Trainer. They make the $250. But you will make the $300. Okay, you guys get this? So if you have questions, it's normal. Stick around, get to with one of our executives, they will explain it to you. And eventually you'll get it. Okay? Team coordinator. This is where it gets serious money. And this is having 600 customer points. Okay? And you can't take more than 200 points for one leg. That means I can't just find one guy, the guy blows it up, 600 points for both TCs. No, you gotta build at least 3 legs, is basically what I'm saying. Okay? But as a team coordinator, you earn up to now $300 every single time somebody comes in and does that 1-hour job, or 29 minutes if you're fast. But I'm telling you guys, just get them in, get them qualified right away, 3 services, okay? So if a team coordinator makes an executive, same scenario, 5-5-5, they would earn a $250 bonus plus $300 times 3, or $900. They would earn $1,150 for doing the same job. Pretty cool. What we're doing is getting customers and customer getters, okay? And then if they bring in another and do the 5-5-5 and executive, they make the $250, and you make $900 more, and you made $2,000. So I'm telling you guys, team coordinator is a very lucrative position to be. At regional directors, having 2 team coordinators, so helping 2 people on your team get to that position, you move up, you earn up to $380 instead of $300. Regional vice president, regional vice president platinum, and senior vice president, also up to $450 or $470, guys. At these positions, it's lucrative, okay? It's crazy, but then you have so much residual income. You got 6 Saturdays, 1 Sunday. How many guys want to wake up when you're done sleeping? Yeah. Regional vice president, okay? Now, we're going to move on here to some recognition. And we've had some people from all the islands that have been working very diligently and have wrapped up some of their promotions. But what I want to do first is to bring up all of our team coordinators very briefly on stage. If you guys can start making your way up here. And I want you guys to meet, really briefly, all the team coordinators. So let's give a big round of applause, team coordinators. And the reason why you want to know these guys is because I don't care what island they're from or what team they're on. These are the guys that are so knowledgeable about the compensation plan or how to invite or get services. They're really experienced, so they have a level of success. And you can pull any one of them on the side and ask them for help, and they're really, come up here guys, and they're really gonna love to help because we have that kind of a family culture over here. So I'm gonna start from one side. If you guys can state your name, your island you're from, and what you do, we're gonna keep it 20 seconds, okay? So real quick.
Aloha! My name is Chris Uemura, guys. I'm super excited about starting a brand new year with ACN. My story is really simple. I'm born and raised here. A lot of us know what that's like. I was just working at a hotel, dead-end job, making a few bucks an hour. And I was young, I was 20, and I wanted to have a better lifestyle. I call it fortune, fate, chance. I call it a blessing. I bumped into Rob Flores here at a gas station. He was driving an incredible car. I asked him, what do you do? And he got me into the world of business, mentored me into the process, got me introduced to the right people, including Mr. Tommy Lee, and the rest is history. We just worked hard, we stuck to the system, we stayed focused, and guys, we're just getting started. So I'm more excited for you because I can rewind and go back to day one for me, and I know what's ahead for you guys if you work hard and do the same things. Thank you guys for being here.
Hello, my name is Cheryl Michioka and I'm from the island of Kauai. I do ACN very part-time because I own Mokihana Travel. So when I took a look at ACN, I saw where I could earn residual income. Because at my job, I do not earn residual income. Every time I want to make money, I have to find new customers. Okay, so everybody booking online, support travel agents, come on! But anyway, so when I took a look at ACN and I saw that you could, you know, build something and get residual income and do a job once, and with all the leaders here on Oahu, I'm on Kauai, I'm by myself, okay? So on Oahu, you guys have lots of leaders on all the other islands. You know, you should, you know, not take everybody, all your leaders for granted, but they're there for you and you can, you know, I'm just an ordinary person, so anybody can do it if I can. So anyway, see you guys all at the top and welcome to the team.
Hello, my name is Marcus Lee. Prior to ACN, we had a salon, beauty salon, and a part-time mortgage loan officer. And though we make decent money, I found myself working 67 hours a week and had no time freedom. So my options were open, and a good friend of mine from high school introduced me to ACN. And what I saw made total, complete common sense. So you know, these are services we already have. We can't live without, and we're going to pay for the rest of our lives. So I got started and got a few services, and when I hit the position of team coordinator in 6 months position, I left my business and went full-time because I saw the potential to have unlimited income and to create my own schedule and be my own boss and kind of travel where I want to go. And so I'm more excited today than ever before because of what's in store and position right now at ACN. And you are just selecting the ACN at the right time, impeccable timing, because ACN is going to be doing about over $1 billion annual, and we can be part of that growth. So welcome to the team, guys.
Hello, my name is Paul Xavier. My background is real estate. I actually retired from the Navy and got into real estate, and I started teaching and coaching. So some of you guys have been to those free seminars. I used to be one of the coaches for one of those programs. So they're free to get in, but like 10 grand to get out, in case you haven't been to one. In case you haven't been to one of them before. Right, so a kind of interesting business model. But anyway, I also do events and teach real estate investing, and actually my friend Dean Park, he's actually in the front row here, he brought me to one of these events to actually meet Chris, to promote an event I was doing. So I wasn't attending the event. So picture an event like this, but standing in the hallway kind of listening and not listening. Dean and I were talking to other people. And then I met Chris and I showed him the books I wrote and he promoted my event. But later as I was going home, I called my buddy Dean. I said, what was that ACN thing all about, dude? Did I hear right? I could get paid 10% on my bills? He's like, well, it's more than that. I was like, dude, I got plenty of bills. How much more does it need to be? So he gave me a website, I checked it out, and then I signed up and started getting services, and he texted me, he's like, dude, you signed up for ACN. I'm like, dude, I told you, I got plenty of bills. I'll take 10% on my bills any day. So I got started and didn't do the business probably, I'd say for a year before I wouldn't say I realized, I knew it was network marketing, but I didn't do the business, and I was like, told my wife, we need to look at this closer. Do you know we can get paid on other people's bills? This is just such a simple, crazy business, and everything I do in my life now, since I got in real estate and the businesses I own, are all about creating passive, residual, and leveraged income. So I can do something once and not have to keep working again and again and again. So real estate allowed me to do that. ACN's adding to that income. And whatever it is you do, those are the kind of incomes you need to make or you're going to work for the rest of your life. And it's ridiculous to take 50 or 60 years of your life to live for Friday afternoon. So I encourage you to get started today. Welcome to the team.
Hello everyone, I'm Robert Flores. Do we have any business owners in the room? Traditional business owners? For myself, prior to getting started with ACN, I actually had a race shop out in Kalihi, leaf racing. Maybe you heard of it, maybe you didn't. And one thing that I found when I owned my own business was I thought I owned the business, but the business kind of owned me. I had to put in a lot of time, right? And there was a lot of risk that comes along with a traditional business.
And so one thing that I saw when I saw ACN for the first time was a way where you could have access to an international global business. You're not stuck in one place. You have all of the gain of a big business without taking any of the risk. So how many guys want to have all of the plus with none of the minus? How many guys like that idea, right? Okay, so if you want to be in a position where you can play with the big fish, but you don't have to pay like the big fish, then this is a job. This is definitely a time to get started with ACN. Thanks.
Hi everybody, I'm Julie Rodriguez. I'm from Maui. In the house. I used to work at the DMV, and you guys know it's not the most pleasant place to go to. Not because the people aren't good behind the counter, but yeah. And it was a tough job because you're surrounded by a lot of negative people. But I decided to leave that, and I opened up my own business, and I now train commercial drivers. However, this business just became kind of a stupid, silly, don't you want to get involved kind of thing. My brother saw it, and he actually was the one who introduced it to me because he saw this gentleman named Stewart Stant in Kimo Apana's garage, if you can imagine. That's the old mayor. And he doesn't even remember what the product was. He just said, man, you gotta see this guy. That's all it was. He just saw the excitement of Stewart, and he said, you gotta go and see Stewart. I'm just telling you. And of course, hard head, I didn't want to look at this business. I didn't want to be involved in network marketing because we got burned in another. But let me tell you guys this. If it's ever happened to you guys, and you guys have looked at a network marketing business before, and something wrong has gone, let me tell you, this is the right business to be in. This company, ACN. And I want to tell you guys, get involved.
Aloha everyone, my name is Con Rosenberg. I'm originally from Vietnam. I live on the island of Maui about 10 years. Before ACN, I was a Starbucks barista. 2 o'clock in the morning. Noontime, I was a waitress. After waitressing, I would be a full-time student. I was a single mom, and thank you to Mr. Stewart Stant. He's the one who introduced ACN to me, and that changed the direction of my life. That's the best $499 I ever spent in my life. I have to tell you that. Let me tell you why we work so hard for. I work hard so I can take care of my kid, and I have to pay for the school. You work hard, but you work so many jobs, but you end up broke. So I was so desperate to looking for a different way. And the day I walked out the door, I didn't know who Stewart is. I only know he was a regular customer. The day I walked out the door, I said, maybe God give me an opportunity to be here. So why don't I try? So I step in, I see the number, I heard about the Philippines. And I know 10 years ago, God sent me to Maui for a reason. Yes. So right now, I'm really excited because I know a lot of friends and family that I know speak Ilocano, Tagalog, Bisaya. Wow. And I'm gonna have a baby gonna speak those language also. Welcome all you guys on board, and please don't, just because of $4.99 and you're gonna regret for the rest of your life. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Cheryl McCandless from Maui. And actually, I met Mr. Stewart Stant at Starbucks in Kihei, where we live. And I told him I wanted to retire my husband because he works really hard so that we can travel to Southeast Asia and bring rice to the people there that need food, like we all do. And so he told me, I'll show you how, just follow me. And I said, okay, let's go.
Hello everyone, my name is Aaron. I'm from Maui also. I'm a also traditional business owner, and the first time that I came up to one of these events was because a friend kept on asking. So I went just so that she wouldn't ask me anymore. So a lot of you guys came probably, right? You just came to the event to see your friend and stop asking. Well, after I saw the presentation, I just couldn't dismiss it. It just made too much sense because it wasn't products that we're selling. So I had to learn more about it, and I stuck around. I followed the system, and we're here today. So congratulations that you guys all came in for the first time, and you're gonna do well. Just follow the system.
Aloha. Hi everyone, my name is Garrett Peterson. I'm from the island of Maui also. I build houses for a living. I've been doing it for about 20 years. The last 9 years for myself, and I've built all those houses we built. I've never been paid twice. No one's ever paid me. Hey, thanks for building my house 10 years ago. Here's money every month. But now cell phone customers pay us every month for the last 2 years, over and over and over. It took me 4 minutes to join. I saw the presentation. I found out I could get paid every time someone paid their bill. That was enough for me.
Hello everyone, my name is Vivian Peterson. I'm his other better half. I also am from the island of Maui. Basically, I've been a realtor now for the last 20 years on the island of Maui. We are multiple business owners. We also own a commercial cleaning service. We own a construction company as well. So we're pretty busy, plus we have 3 busy children of our own. With that said, when I first got introduced to ACN, I actually turned it down. I was one of those stubborn people who thought, nah, I'm too good for ACN or this kind of company. But I'm very, very thankful for Mr. Aaron Ayu because he was very persistent and did not give up on me. 6 months later, I actually took the time to look at ACN, and let me tell you, I have never been more excited about a business, even though we've owned multiple businesses throughout these years. But ACN, because every single month, month after month, year after year, we're getting paid off of the services and things that we've already done months and months ago. So again, thank you so much for having us here.
Aloha everyone, my name is Stant. I'm from the island of Maui. I actually saw this business when I was 14 years old, and I'm 23 years old today. So yes, the company is older than I've been alive. So they must be doing something right. And the person that showed it to me was my dad, who you guys met, our regional vice president. And you know, this company has changed our family's life so much. I owe everything to this company. And I know some of you guys are thinking like, can I do this? Yes, every single one of you guys can. Doesn't matter what your age is. So, you know, just take a look. And you guys, can we give a round of applause to all of them? We have a regional vice president. You know, Al Thomas, Stewart Stant, Danny Bay. You guys have no idea how lucky you are to have them here. And the reason why I'm doing this company is I really wanted to make, you know, my parents cry. I wanted to make my dad cry, and when I hit team coordinator, guess what? He didn't cry. So I am running for regional director, so thank you guys.
Let's give all of our team coordinators a big round of applause, and if I could get our senior VP, Mr. Al, Mr. Danny Bay, and Mr. Stewart Stant, if you guys could join me on stage. We're gonna take a brief moment to promote some people to the position of executive team trainer right now, and they've been working really hard. Many of them are brand spanking new, and they're still wet behind the ears, if you will. They don't even know what's going on, but they're excited. So please help me welcome, and please come across the stage. We want to personally congratulate you to executive team trainer, Miss Michelle Wade, Miss Tricia Tanaka, Miss Celeste Tripp, Miss Berlin Tizan, Miss Mr. Lee Shak, Lorraine Smith, and Kyra Orikasa. Let's give them a big round of applause. Oh, Mr. Stant, please come up on stage. And we're just gonna hear their background. Come up, guys. Don't be shy. You're gonna do the rest of the training. So just say your name and your occupation.
My name is Michelle Wei. I work for the Northern Gravitation Club, but now I'm wanting to be, ACN is part of my focus. Now it's going to be my 100% focus for 2018.
And it's Mimi Tanaka, my little sister.
I'm so honored to be on the stage because I've known this guy my whole life. I grew up with
with him. We both went to mid-pack. He's my brother's best friend from growing up all the way from 7th to 12th grade. And I saw this business 12 years ago when we first launched in Hawai'i. And I have to tell you, even though I technically quit, I always surrounded myself with successful people, like Mr. Robert Flores, Mr. Chris Uramura, Mr. Tommy Lee. And they never gave up on me, so I'm never going to give up on them.
Yeah.
So, name, occupation, that's all, but that was a very special analysis. Nobody's crying up here.
Aloha, I'm Celeste Delortrip, and I'm so excited for being here. I joined in October, and the reason why I joined is because of my mother, who's 89, she'll be 90, and what she was doing in the middle of the night was walking out to the street. It took my good friend, Robert Woods, to tell me about ACN. But Vivian was the one that really caught me, because now my mom is safely in the house. She cannot open the front door and walk out.
Everyone, my name is Kyra Orikasa, and I work in retail.
Aloha, Hawaii. My name is Lorraine Smythe. I didn't know I was bringing up here. My Hanai's son got me involved. He asked me 4 years ago, and I told him, you know what, I don't watch. Well, he quit his job. He did this full time. He is taking care of his family, his 5 children. They are just doing so awesome. My why is for my daughter. I lost my son 5 years ago, and I really, really want her to be able to stay in Hawaii and not get pushed out of here because of our economy. So that is why I'm here. Thank you so much.
Let's help welcome to executive team leader. So they help create 2 executives in separate legs. Please help us welcome to executive team leader, Mr. John Michael Sharsh, Mr. William Smith, Susan Ricardo, and Ms. Marilyn Ibanez. Congratulations, executive team leader. Come on up. And we're going to step through this section, guys. We're going to bring up the powerhouse speakers right after this, so stay tuned. It's going to get crazy right now. And also, guys, just know the only way you move up in our company is you have to help other people get promoted first. It's a push-pull system. So these guys who are getting promoted to executive team leader have actually not just had success, but helped their friends have success. And that's what's really impressive. So help us welcome to executive team leader. Hi, my name is Tommy, and I am an attorney. My name is Tommy, and I work at SAT and save groceries, but not for long.
Hi, my name is John Michael Sharsh. I came from college, didn't know what to do. Didn't know what to do. Found ACN. I started about 2 months ago and don't even know what's going on, all the system, and now I'm here.
And I want to thank Stewart for getting me in because I'm learning a lot from him, and I really want to thank him.
Hi, I'm William Smith, and I'm grateful to be here.
Alright, and the 100 point club, these are guys that have 100 points, that's like, you know, not just the 60 points you max out residual income. 100 points, you know what you're doing. And it's so funny about the more customers you get, because you get more comfortable with it and you have the story to tell it. I'll give you an example. Mr. Marcus Lee, how much was your cell phone bill last month? $10.71. Why was it so expensive?
2 lines.
Because he has 2 lines. What network? Verizon. He has 2 lines of Verizon, $10.71 a month. Who's got, Tony, how much was your cell phone bill last month?
$7.30.
$7.30. What network?
Verizon Unlimited.
Unlimited. So yes, can you imagine if you went on Instagram or Facebook and said, hey everyone, I have Verizon network, unlimited talk, text, and data, and my cell phone bill is $7.41 a month. So, how many people are going to go, how do you do that? So the more customers you get and the more success stories you get, the more customers you're going to get who are going to refer more customers. You guys with me? And these guys have mastered that process. Please help me welcome to 100 Point Club, Willie Jacinto, Mr. Gilberto Sanchez, Michelle McCandless, Pete Morgan, and Joe Patrick London. Congratulations. Please come across the stage. Please come across the stage. 100 Point Club. You guys want to find out how to get customers? Hang around these guys. Ask them what kind of cereal they eat for breakfast. And if they say Lucky Charms, that's what you eat. And if we missed anyone, guys, did I miss somebody? I'm sorry, for any promotions? 100 Point Club? Kona, ETT, please come up here as well. Let's give Kona a big round of applause. Anyone else I missed? I'm sorry. Hawai'i, that's how we stop. All right, so just real quickly, name, I know you did it intro already, but name and occupation and background.
Michelle McCandless. I was hospitality sales and marketing background.
Willie Jacinto, Team Maui. Retired firefighter.
The way I got into ACN was my brother. He came over to my house while I was just relaxing outside, and he sat me down and he looked at me and he said, Kona, will you do this next hairbrain scheme with me? And I said, okay. So, okay, thank you.
All right, let's give all these guys a big round of applause. Thank you guys very much. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Congratulations. What we're going to do right now is the last few sections, okay? And one of them, next one, is going to be services. So you learned a little bit about having the right mindset. You learned the compensation plan and where you want to go. You learned about unlimited residual income. Unlimited levels. How many of you guys want to be a regional vice president, unlimited residual income? Okay. In order to do that, you need to learn the services and how to acquire customers. And there's no better person, I truly believe, in all of state of Hawaii than this gentleman right now. That is how he got to regional vice president. Many of the team up here, 100 points and 75 points, and people that are team coordinators are all in his organization. And Maui prides themselves on being the masters of Flash Wireless. So all you other islands can learn a great deal from this gentleman or anyone on his leadership squad. So without any further delay, let's bring up our regional vice president from Maui, Mr. Stewart Stant.
Okay, everybody ready to learn and master Flash Wireless. We're going to talk about all services, but just so at the beginning part, just know this, okay? Everything you'll see here, we've learned from experiences. You know, having 9 years of doing ACN and having all kinds of services that come into play, we've learned along the way. So what you will see today has not been seen by many. In fact, we came together, we put this training, and I have an incredible service team on Maui. So they all collaborate and get together, and we put these experiences that we learn as we acquire customers. Because face it, think about this, every single one of you. Okay? If 2019, so a year from now, you open up the year and you're making an extra $500 to $1,000 residual income, would that be worth it to you? To today. How many guys could use an extra $300 to $500 a month? Okay, 7 of you, the rest of you, look, 300 to 700, whatever it be, every single month. So understand, in ACN, okay, so here's the service. I pulled out what I did, hope you guys don't mind. Because ACN has a variety of services, and all kinds of services, what I want to show you guys is the services that we have available to us in the state of Hawaii. Is that okay? Yeah. Okay, so the services we have here, okay, we have Zoom Solar, and congratulations, Oahu, because right now you're the only island. Yes, then you can go get a Zoom Solar customer. Okay, right on in Maui, a big item, we have a few that's pending, but right now as we speak, if you're from Oahu, okay, you better be excited. Why? You can broker the sun. To zoom in. Now, we also have Vivint. How many guys in this room, raise your hand if you have Vivint Home Security. Oh, love Vivint. Okay? It's an automated system by far, it's amazing, but that's the Vivint Home Security service that we have. We have DirecTV, which is it's the reason I started ACN right here, DirecTV. We have Dish Network. We have Anovia Payments, which is who we broker our merchant services. Okay? You know, we swipe with credit card. Now, this one here is Flash Wireless. This one here is what has not only put Maui on the map, but has put the state of Hawaii on the map. Why? Because who do you know that doesn't have a cell phone? Isn't it true in Hawaii? If they're 5 years old or older, they have a cell phone. Guaranteed. Now, so with Flash Wireless, I'm going to talk more about Flash Wireless, but I just want to let you know these services, when you're ordering these services, it's really simple because these services, there's you call customer service. They handle the ordering process. Really, it's only the credit card processing, Zoom Solar, and our digital home service that you would actually do an online, and you'll learn this at your Saturday training, we do an online application. But the rest of them is just a phone number. So as I go through this, because I know some of you guys want to write this down, here's simple. Take a picture of the screens that I pull up. Is that okay? So as I go through this, so here's the phone numbers. Here's the phone numbers you would call. You don't call your upline. Okay? You call the numbers I put here. These are the numbers. The picture. Okay? You notice my number's not up there. Okay? These are the numbers you would call for these services. Everybody got it? Okay, okay. Somebody get the slow cameras. Go. Hey, let me know when you got it. Okay, so it's very simple. You got to put this on your phone. So now you have the number. So if you want to get in touch with customer service, or you have questions in one of these services, you would call these. Okay, you're all good at that. Now, when you're acquiring customers, you're gonna suck in the beginning. You're gonna suck. We all suck. Like they said earlier, you're gonna learn. You have to learn it, right? Practice makes better. Perfect makes better. So you always gotta practice. So in the beginning, you're gonna suck. But if you listen to what I'm gonna train you on and use the experience that we've all gone through, it's gonna be an easier process. So you won't suck as bad. Is that okay? So there's three types of customer sources. You got family, friends, yourself. That's one. The second one is prospects who don't become an ideal. So people that come to your event, they see the presentation, but they don't want to do the business. They become your customer. And the third type is referrals and everyone else. Okay? Warm market referrals. Yourself. First one. Yourself. There was a whole bunch when I looked at this training. There was a whole bunch of why you should be your customer. Okay? Here. You have to. You must. It'd be so, to me it's stupid if you're going to do a business and you're not your own customer. How crazy is that? You know, people tell, well, I got to pay off my cell phone bill, pay it off. You must be your own customer if you want to acquire other customers. Does that make sense? So the first one, you got to be your own customer. It's not the thing about setting the example, making the belief, show that you're business-minded. No. Your business, become your customer. Good? Good. So, now, family and friends. People know you for you. Okay, why should they be your customer? Because they know you for you. And these friends and family, they're paying for it anyway. True? Yeah, they pay for it anyway. Okay? They'd rather make you money than someone they don't know. Now, always remember this, okay? Keep this in mind. Not everybody's going to want to be your customer. Hey, that's life. You know why? I used to tell people on my team when they come up to me, I can't believe my friend don't like being my customer. And I would just simply say, maybe they don't like you. Come on. How many of you guys know maybe there's one or two people that don't like you? Okay, so you understand this. If how crazy would it be if here's you, and you guys love everybody, but say this is you, and you don't like this one person, and they come to you, they're like, I'm going to save you hundreds of dollars, but you don't like them. Will you be their customer? No. And I'm going to teach you how to use this mindset on acquiring customers. So, that's the two sources. Now, the other source, majority of the people, they don't buy it. They buy emotionally, not logically. You guys have seen it. People go on, they can't even, you see how many people you guys see buying an iPhone, what is it now, X or whatever? How much does that thing cost? $1,200. Oh yeah, and they don't have any money, but they'll save money to buy that iPhone. Why? Because they gotta have the latest and greatest. So, understand, people don't buy, they buy emotionally. Savings is not the most motivating factor. Listen, I've been through it. I tried it. When they came out with this was me. I go get loaded customers. Oh my God, how much I can save people. As soon as I tried saving people money, guess what they told me? Nah, good. Wait, but I can save you like $50 to $100 a month and give you more for your money. Nah, good. I learned the hard way. It doesn't work. In fact, I have a person here. We do this training, and we're always telling people on the direction how to acquire customers. And I have Miss Nadine or Aisa back there. I told her, I promised her I wasn't going to talk about her, but see, we always tell you what you want to hear, not what you need to hear. So what happened is we had just had this training about this. We had this training that about how you acquire customers. They didn't know where. The script and all. They're reading the script at the Saturday training, and nowhere in this script did I say, ask them how much they paid. Nowhere in the script. It was all about this favorite approach that I'm going to tell you. And I'm standing right there, right after the training, and here comes her friend, who brings her lunch all the time. She's known for years, her classmate. And she walks in, and the first thing Nadine goes is, hey, how much you pay for your cell phone bill? I'm like, what I'm telling you is, and what did he get into? He started getting into that mindset, okay, how much am I going to save? You don't want them to get into money because they're going to start looking at, whoa, what if you can only save me $20? For some people, it's not going to be worth it. So you got to get them off the mentality, but you're going to save them money, trust me. Now, some of you guys are not going to listen. As soon as we leave this event, you're going home, tell your significant other, honey, look how much we pay, we can save money. Okay? Listen to me. After you're done messing it all up and not getting any customers, go back to what you learned today. Is that good? Okay? Now, people would rather do business with someone they trust, someone they like and trust. People would rather do business with somebody they like and trust. Okay? Final, feel great about supporting a cause. Now, this is key. I'm going to share this one. This is key words. Favor, why, help, try. Okay? Does anybody see save money here? But every single one of you use it. And all of you guys who are going to get started in ACN, all excited, you go run home and say, I'm going to save you, and you'll get free solve everything. No. Script. Favor. You ask for the favor. Some of you guys never asked for a favor in your whole life this one. Yet you've done favors for hundreds. Ask for the favor. The why you're asking for the favor. And you can have the word like help. Try. Okay? Now we're going to talk about this. I love this. We had an incredible training. The Vice President of Asia, a few months ago, who, by the way, came all the way up to Maui on our island, and this is so incredible. We did this training, and we learned about these red and green and brown apples. Because I would always, when I'm acquiring customers, or even inviting people, I'm trying to get customers, there was something I did not know. I did not know that there's going to be some people that don't want to be my customers. There's going to be some people that will want to be my customers. I thought everybody in the world want to save money. Does it make sense? In Hawaii, the economy's bad. Wouldn't it make sense that everybody wants to save money? So when I go out there, shouldn't everybody want to be my customer? Yes, everybody should want to be your customer. You guys get, okay. Anyway. When we learned this is what Mr. Bates said. He said, Stewart, everyone's already a red, green, or brown. Everyone, before you go and talk to them, so if I'm going to get a customer, listen to me, they're already a red, green, or brown. So if I go to someone and I'm showing them, I says, hey, I'm going to ask you the favor for them to become my customer. If they're a red, they're in. If they're a brown, it doesn't matter if I try to give them a free cell phone. It doesn't, none of that matters. Why? They're already a brown. Listen, this will help you because you won't get frustrated. You'll know as you go through it, you're basically, when you're asking someone to become your customer, you're really asking them, hey, what color is your apple? That's all you're asking them what color their apple is. So if they're a red apple, red apple. And this is all passed down. So if they're a red apple, naturally it's done. You're signing them up. If they're a green, they're going to have questions. And if they're brown, you move on. Now, if they're red, sign them up. Green, you answer their questions, and you ask for the favor. We always ask for the favor. Now, we always go with our scripts. Another page. Do you have a minute? What color is your apple? Can you do me a huge favor? What color is your apple? Red, sure. Sign them up. Green, I got questions. Continue with the script. Brown, whatever they bring up when you ask for the favor, any response that's not positive, they're brown. If it's not positive, it's brown. Does everybody follow? So, red, green, and brown. I'm going to give you guys a script. You want to... Now, here's a script. Let's say, for new... I like this for new people. Because for new people, the first thing that they come in, okay, when you're going to go get customers, the first thing I tell them is before they start looking at anything else on customers, I want that new person to get a free cell phone bill. That is my first goal for that person. Okay? Because it's going to bring value. It's going to be able... Let me tell you guys, it is so awesome to have that in your hand. And your friend goes, why? What is this? And you go, bam, look at my cell phone bill. Come on. It's only $7.79. And I got the most reliable network. Rising, bro. I got unlimited data. What? Okay, you got that right there. And you did that by what? You acquired your 5 customers. Everybody with me? So instead of going like, oh, what am I going to do? I got to learn about this. No. Work on flash wireless. Become good at flash wireless. Okay? So, here's the script. This is what I did. I'm about to qualify for a free cell phone bill for life, and I just need one more cell phone customer. Of course, those of you guys who are analytical or urchins, okay? Or any engineers in the house? Okay, because those are the people that go, but I don't need just one, I need 3 more. I'm just saying for the script, because you're bringing value to that person. You see the customer? If they know they're the last one I need to get my free cell phone bill, that makes it more, they feel good, right, about helping you out. So, I'm like, I just need 1 more cell phone customers. How much? 1. I don't care, you need 5. It's not really a lie, right? Not really, okay? So just need 1 more cell phone customer, okay? Now, and you need it by midnight tonight, so you're giving them the urgency when you need it by, okay? Now, you can stop there, or you'll say, to end it would mean so much to me. Yes. Practice this script. Trust me. Practice this script. You practice it. Practice makes what? Better. Do not go practice on a customer. Practice on another ideal. Practice with yourself in the mirror, but practice the script. Now, if I'm going to get customers, when I'm going to get a customer or book an appointment, I really want to know about that person I'm going to talk to. I want to know about them because I want to be able to relate when I'm trying to get a customer, because the thing you want to do, you want to get customers, right? We're a customer acquisition bonus company. We get paid residual income off of what? Customers. So you got to get good at getting customers. So if to create value, here's for instance, if I know I'm talking to what they call these whales, people who, like nurses, teachers, people who really care. I know that they really care about people, so I'm going to bring value and say, listen, you'd be doing me a huge favor with becoming my customer, but also every month you pay your bill, you'll feed a child somewhere in North America because we're part of the Project Feeding Kid program. You see, you brought value for that person because that's what they do. Now, if I'm talking to a person who I know is about money, I'm going to say, look, you not only be doing me a favor, but when you refer 5 yourself, you got a free cell phone bill for life. I brought value to acquire that customer. Does that make sense to you? Okay, it's really good. Now, of course, after this, I get what? Red, green, or brown. Look. When I'm giving, now, I'm going to tell you this. You go through this, okay? And here's the reality for you. If doing ACN and getting customers was that easy, we'd be at the football stadium because everybody would be doing ACN. Here's a fact for you. It takes work. It takes work, but it's worth it because you do the job one time and get paid for the rest of your life. Now listen to this, okay? You can be the best at this. Like you nailed it. You're like, yeah, bro. And right after that, brown apple. No, it's not what you said. When you were asking them to be a customer, even you mastered this. You wanted a favor, you just need one more customer, and they told you no, or they made some kind of excuse. What were they? A brown. Again, you're not going to change a brown. Is that good for you? Okay, in Hawaii, I don't know about Oahu, but Maui, I don't know if they all come vacation on Maui, the brown apples, and they stay, but we have an autumn. No. So next. Okay, here. I'm going to go through a real quick script. This is what our team did a whole bunch of questions, and as we go in the field, because the best thing when learning from what's happening out there in your marketplace is where you get the best answers and how to do things. Okay, so when we started doing questions, like if they're a green apple, they're going to have questions. Okay? This is some of the questions. What is the company called? This is how we answer. Flash Wireless. We offer the Sprint and Verizon network. Some of you guys are like, what's this company called? ACN? No. Our company is called what? Flash Wireless. We offer the Sprint and Verizon network. Can you do me a huge favor? Back to the script. Okay? Now, is this ACN? How many guys heard that one? IBL is the new people. Like, what is this talking about? Okay, how many guys IBLs heard this one? Is this ACN? And this is what we've heard it so many times. We have a lot of practice on this. Yes. Have you heard of it? Now remember, just because they say, is this ACN, doesn't mean they're a brown apple. We've had some people who was just like, they had heard about it and just asked, is this ACN? And so we say yes. What comes to follow will say if they're a brown, red, or green. That makes sense? If any response or negativity comes out after you say, oh yeah, whatever they say, you go, wow, it's so different. Oh, but my answer, wow, it's so different. Oh, but I heard it, wow, it's so different. Even if it's not wow, say wow. It's so different. Now, the simplest way is to, how's it work? Does anything change? Etc. Those kind of stuff, those kind of questions, they go, come on. Great. Those are all great questions. It's the exact same service with no contract or credit check. But let's book an appointment and take a look at your cell phone bill. Trust me. Can you do me that favor? There you go. Yeah. Book the appointment. Don't run out there. Listen, here's the best advice, especially you're new. Don't run out there and try to get that customer today. Book the appointment, because when you book the appointment, you have the date set. Before that appointment, you're going to call them up and say, hey, I'm confirming our appointment. Before our appointment, can you send me a copy of your cell phone bill so you already know the information, so when you sit there, boom, you're going to close them as a customer. Always, always book the appointment. Okay, now, that's for greens. Now, I want to go over really quick on this flash. This is going to be gangster. You guys ready? You guys going to all walk out here and if you listen, you're going to be flash wireless gurus. You guys going to own Oahu. Every Verizon Sprint customer that's a red and green apple is going to be your customer. Okay? All the brown apples, let them pay more. Okay, no. Here's the flash steps. Okay? Step-by-step process. There's really 3 simple steps. Call service provider and fill out the information sheet, which, congratulations, we're going to show you information. Now, I know Flash has their own information sheet, but we've kind of moved it around, and you can make your own information sheet, but basically, what you want is your map on what's the best way, the simplest way, because see, in everything we do, we can make Flash wireless really complicated, right? Or we can try to keep it as simple as we can. Now, one, to call a service provider, fill out the sheet for paying off phones, unlock phones. Second is your online process, and third is activation. Did I lose anybody? No. How many steps? 3. Okay. Now, here's the information sheet. You can take a picture. What we're going to do is we'll email this sheet to Regional Vice President Tom Mealy, so you guys can have the information sheet. You can make your own, whatever it may be, but this is the sheet that we use on Maui. We had an incredible flash guru, 23-year-old, that developed these sheets. I'm like, whoa, because my sheet only had one on top, this one line. She came up with a whole bunch that really helped us and mastered flash wireless. Now, so the first step is fill out the information. Now, I need to explain this, because if you don't get this, you get frustrated. They never told me this. There is a difference between unlocked and universal. Okay? Just because you unlock the phone doesn't mean you can take it over to another carrier. Hear me out. Okay? If the phone has the name of the carrier on the back of the cell phone, so say it's a Sprint phone, it says Sprint on the back, you can unlock the phone, but you cannot carry it over except to Sprint because it's not a universal phone. If it's a universal phone, it won't have the company's name on the back. As you guys can see, most of the iPhone 6 Pluses are universal. Oh, I think the 7s now are universal. I'm not going against Galaxy. However, just let you know, on Maui, majority of the issues we faced with unlock versus universal has been with Galaxies. Julie wants to kick me now. I'm just saying, you're going to find that. So, unlock, universal, there's a difference. Okay, so like a lot of the carriers we got unlocked. I want to go from my Sprint carrier to Sprint Flash Wireless, I need to unlock my Sprint phone before I go to Sprint Flash Wireless. But if it's a Sprint phone and I unlock it, I can't go and bring it to Verizon because it's not a universal phone. Okay, anybody that I lost, people who graduated from Baldwin, just meet me outside, I'll explain that. Oh yeah, get you okay. So, you guys, just take a picture of this. This is what the number, I'm just going to go over the two carriers, which is our Sprint and Verizon networks. Okay? Sprint, once you paid off the phone, you know the phone is paid off, you do the compatibility check, and it still doesn't go through, then you call this number. You don't have to call this Sprint number if everything goes through. The only time you're going to call Sprint is if the device, you know it's paid off. But when you do the compatibility check, checking the MEID number and so forth, it doesn't go through, then you call. Okay? Everybody got this picture? The next one. Unlocking the T-Mobile. Oh, we had T-Mobile. Unlocking T-Mobile. We don't have T-Mobile. Unlocking a T-Mobile phone. Okay? You need to unlock the phone. This is where you need to call. So if you have a customer that has a T-Mobile phone and you want to bring them over to our Sprint or Verizon, you would call this number, call to unlock the phone. You're going to get receive an email and just follow the steps. That's pretty simple. Let's see. That's unlocking T-Mobile. Now this one here, unlocking AT&T. If you have an AT&T phone, don't raise your hand. Okay? What I want you to do is you're going to practice, after we get done today, of bringing your phone. Anybody who has AT&T, come up the stage. I'm going to hook you up. Okay? We're going to bring your phone over. This is an AT&T. To unlock an AT&T phone, you Google AT&T unlock request form, fill out the form, confirm the first email. Listen to me. Confirm the first email. Tommy, can you tell me the first one that doesn't confirm it and calls you up and says, I don't know, he was lying, this doesn't work, because one of you guys going to do it. I said confirm the first email and wait for the second email confirmation. Once that comes through, bam, your AT&T phone is unlocked and you can bring it over to Verizon and Sprint. Is that cool? Okay, now, Verizon, no unlocking needed, but in case you have to call for information on that phone, that's the number up there for Verizon. Okay? Now, that's step 2. Oh, I'm sorry. When a top SVP and COC member goes, you move back. See how coachable I am? That was good. You didn't even get that hand done now, and I had that thing move back. Okay, so that's right. Now, the second process of online, Here's, you guys ready? How many guys, you guys know how to go get your customer? You log on to what? IBOs, what do you log on to? If you're going to get a customer, what do you log on to? Storefront. How many guys got storefront? Okay, when you're doing flash, oh, the IBOs, I don't know, I get one. But when you're doing flash wireless, do not use your storefront. Do not go to your storefront because your IBO number is connected to it. You'll screw up the reference, trust me. What you want to do, you want to go to flashwireless.com. And this is what the front page looks like. Okay, when you go to flashwireless.com. Now, do it on a private window. You know, on the top of the computer, you click private. Trust me, it's going to save you a lot of headaches. You're going to master this thing because you'll master doing a private window and do the flash wireless process. Now, I'm not going to the online process, okay, because I want you to learn how to do it. But this is a step 2 of doing the online process. Now, activation. The last 2 slides I'm going to cover is activation of phone, because this is where we run into a lot of problems. Now, when you're activating a Verizon phone, which is the green guy, America's largest and most reliable network, okay? Some people call it the flash green. This is Verizon, okay? The green guy is Verizon. Now, to activate, you turn off the phone, put in a new SIM card, then turn phone on, wait 2 to 5 minutes, activation. Did I lose anybody? Simple to do. How's this? And you're not even a technical IT person at Verizon. You just learn how to master a part of a Verizon customer. No matter as long as they get their phone paid or you got it down. Now, here's a Sprint. What? Yeah. Oh, we got like 30 minutes. I can read all this. Turn off the data. You got this. Turn off the cellular data. Turn the Wi-Fi on. Turn off the phone. Put in new SIM card. Turn the phone back on. Okay? Here's the dial code for Sprint. If it's an iPhone, #, update #. If it's a Galaxy phone, #, 72786 #. Wait for the system update. Turn on cellular data. Congratulations, you mastered Sprint. Now, for Sprint, if it still doesn't work, okay? Call Flash Wireless to restore reset the network. I just did 2 this past week. I had to do this. I went through the whole process. Still didn't work, but I had my own activation sheet. I called Flash Wireless, reset the network, did the steps again. Guess what happened? The phone worked. Amazing. So guys, I'm going to close up this training before I bring up the next person. Because I live in Hawaii long enough, I know you guys love pictures, right? We took the whole process, and we had our Flash gurus on our team make a 3-minute video for you. Okay? So we took the process of what it takes to do ACN, because I know you're looking at the Flash Wireless, you're looking like, oh, so much steps to remember. I'm going to put it in a video. And read the bottom, read the subtitles. This is how simple the process is. Here you go. your income. I'm telling you, that the telecom industry with cell phones is amazing when you, now that you guys don't know how to acquire customers for Flash Wireless and even use it for the other services, you should be able to go out there and create financial wealth for you and your family in the next 2, 3, 4 years of time on getting paid on hundreds and thousands of people's cell phone bills. How's that sound? Okay, so the last, I'm just going to leave this, okay? All this is, I'm going to have time to pass it around, but what I'm going to do is, this will be, yeah, around here somewhere. And what this is, we did this sheet. This is our Bible. We call it our Bible for Flash Wireless. What this has is things that you may run into during this process. It has all 3 processes on it. I'm going to give this to you guys. I printed out 200 copies, okay? Please take a copy if you want this one. Okay. Oh, let's give up Mr. L. Thomas a round. Now, if you're from Maui and you grab a coffee, right? This is at Saturday training. Right? We don't know how to do that. You guys know that, right? Now, so if you guys see on this, it's just simply the common solutions to mistakes that's made. Okay, follow that, have this with you, because when you, it's not when or if you're going to run into problems, when you do, you'll be able to nail it, okay? So again, that was our customer acquisition. I hope it helped you guys on learning what the customer acquisition. So, right now, our next, and you guys are such a treat. This gentleman is, I met him a few years ago, and has been instrumental in not only my growth in ACN, but what we've been able to accomplish on the island of Maui. He's came to the island of Maui a few times. In fact, he was actually changed his schedule to be here in Oahu because we had an event that was going to happen on Maui. And we're fortunate enough you guys have this titan industry here tonight. And when Mr. Regional Vice President Tommy talked about this gentleman, Mr. Al Thomas, it's just a blessing. You guys don't know how blessed you are to have this gentleman not only in Hawaii, but at the presence here at this event for you guys. So, Oahu, can you guys help me? Aloha. Vice President, Senior Vice President, COC member, Mr. Al Thomas.
Can we all give Mr. Stewart a hand, please?
First of all, everybody, Happy New Year! First of all, give yourselves a hand bigger today. This is amazing, amazing. All the islands come together as one. You guys realize you guys are already in advance of 2018 by being here today? I know some of you had to pay for airline tickets, overnight stays, some of you had to miss lunch, but the value of what you're going to get out of this is so priceless that you know that you're on the right road, the right track in 2018. So once again, give yourselves a hand for being here today. This is amazing, amazing day. Wow. You got Mr. Danny Bay stopped in? Mr. Danny Bay. Do you ask Mr. Danny Bay stopped in? I'm going to do is stopped in to Mr. Tommy said, Lava Rock. Because it all started here, years ago. And this is my first time sharing the stage with him. I was sitting there thinking like in 9 years as we shared the stage together. And I remember sitting under his tool as we sponsored it and talked to each other. And now today he runs 2 countries. I'm going to say it again. He runs 2 countries. For a guy that came from Korea to speak no English. A barista! To run 2 countries. And he stopped over here because he thought enough of you and I to build Hawaii. Matter of fact, all the Amway people were so upset they sent that text out this morning. There were Amway people sending that text out. Anyway, let's get started here. Today my topic is, I'll get the clicker here. You're not like that bright. Somebody can click for me. There you go. Today my topic is going to be talking about how to build. There we go. Team building. Years ago, I'll tell you what, you're good at that. I suck at it. I'm not that smart.
My mother dropped me 4 times as a baby. Once was on a nail, so I got this twitch. But team building. See, every day you must be in the trenches. Okay, write this down. Every day. Every day you must get names and numbers. Every day. Now I have a rule. Three names and numbers a day. We'll keep a job away. How many names and numbers a day? 3. 1 in the morning, boop. 1 in the afternoon, boop. 1 in the evening, boop. Or you cannot go home and put your big head on the pillow at night. How many names and numbers a day?
3.
Or you cannot go home and do what? Put your big head on the pillow at night. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. I do it every day. I flew out here last night, landed, got picked up, went to go eat, checked in the hotel, ate again. Then Tommy Lee and Cheryl came in, we ate again. About 4 in the morning, we ate again. 8 o'clock this morning, I went out by myself and I ate again. But when I'm out talking to people, I'm on the island and I'm saying, oh, who can I talk to? I remember last time I was here, a lady I talked to, I got to see her on Monday. But I was outside, I was walking by this young man, we got to talking, and he's driving a trolley. I'm like, he said hello to me, he's a real nice guy, I feel the spirit. So I came back out of the hotel, and I said, man, what are you doing about 2 o'clock? He said, I don't clock out to 4. I said, I want to see you at this event. Come how you are, and I just want to be there to see what we do. And I said, how would you like to get paid every time a phone rang? He almost had a heart attack. He goes, you can do that? I goes, come here as soon as you get off, and I'll show you. And here he is, Mr. Frederick. We give him a hand real quick. This is called the team building. Click it here for him. He's got the clicker. Click it for him. Every successful organization is always building a team. I don't care who you are. They're always recruiting. You ever go to high school? They have recruiters there for the Army, don't they?
Yes, sir.
The Marines. Everybody's already recruiting. NFL. NFL, think about it. No friends left. Because some of us have been in MLS, but everybody's always recruiting. From Starbucks, Mr. Danny B was the barista. I remember when we first got to ACN, he told his story, and I heard your story about being a barista. So everybody's always recruiting. U.S. Army's recruiting. NFL's recruiting. Everybody's on NBA, everybody's recruiting. I was on an airplane coming here the other day. I stopped from Vegas to Los Angeles. Shaquille O'Neal was sitting right behind me in first class. I was trying to recruit him. Hey, Shaq, have you heard of him? I mean, always in the back. Click it again. Always recruiting. Team building system. Number 1, the first thing you guys do is invite. Inviting is so important. Nothing gets done without what? Inviting. You got to. Finally caught the joke. You always have to invite. This morning, I'm walking out, I see Frederick, I go back up to my hotel room, I go, Al, you're here in Hawaii. You got a guy that said hello to you downstairs. What are you doing? I went back down the elevator, got back outside, went to talk to him because I wanted to do what? Invite him to the event. That is so crucial. None of us get anywhere without inviting. Next is presentation. Get to a bomb or PBR or 101. I said, I don't care what time you get off. 4 o'clock, 5, we're there at 6. Come anytime. Come as you are. This is in church. Come on out, because I want to show you what we're talking about. Because you always get people to a PBR, a bomb, or a 101. Next step is training. Everything is around training. Everybody say Saturday. Saturday. Saturday is the biggest money day in ACN. No matter what anybody say, Saturday will ask that question. Hey, Saturday will ask that question. But I didn't know Saturday will ask that question. So let's practice that. What's the biggest day in ACN? Saturday. Because Saturday will answer all what? Questions. What day? Saturday. Next is repeat, 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 repeat. There's nothing difficult about this business. It takes just a little bit of a couple things to do. Team building. Click it again for me. Next. When you invite, you do it when? You do it, but your leaders will do it for you. See, the best trainers are on Saturday. The presenters can present throughout the week. You do one-on-ones throughout the week. One-on-ones are great. But Saturday, Saturday is a golden day. Saturday is a money day. Saturday is when it all goes down. Saturday is the day that all the professionals train your people on stage for you. That's why it's so crucial. Some of you people knew downline didn't come because they didn't see the benefit of the crucialness of Saturday training today. I mean, look who you have here this Saturday, starting off the kickoff of January for you. That's what Saturday will bring for you. Next, repeat. Invite. Constantly look at your list, invite family. Here's what I used to tell my people back in the good old days. Get your phone out. Or some of you remember phone books from the old school? Get your phone book. A for attorneys, B for barbers, C for chiropractors, D for dentists. Same thing with your cell phone. Get your cell phone out. Everybody's got hundreds and hundreds of names and numbers in their cell phone. And guess what? Most of you still haven't contacted half of them because you're on the chicken list. bootless, right? But I'm scared to call them because they make a lot of money. Look, everybody's looking for number one, save money or make money. Everybody, but you got to give them the opportunity. Everybody is looking for an opportunity to make money. Opportunity is what we're looking for. It's a numbers game. Remember this, some will, some won't, somewhere, 6 will. Everything is numbered. Your ring size is numbered, your waist size is numbered, shoe size is numbered, your car's got 38 numbers, your address is numbered, your cell phones, everything's a numbers game. But you got to understand the numbers. That's what it's all about, going through the numbers. Co-workers, neighbors, Facebook, yearbooks, your memory joggers. 100 days, everybody should write down. And guess what? The bigger the list, the more money you make. Never, ever prejudge anybody. Look at the word prejudice. Slice it in half, it means prejudge. Pre what? Prejudge. Don't prejudge anybody because you can't tell the heroes from the zeros. You don't know who's going to do anything. I've had a guy in my organization, he was so bad. I mean, he was so bad. He sucked so bad, I reached in my pocket, gave back his $4.99. Because I thought we were going to get sued. But it wasn't him, it was who he knew. Who knew somebody became a regional vice president of an organization. But it all started back with this person. You never know, so don't prejudge anybody. Don't do it. Click it again for me. Enthusiasm means I am so myself. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. And Knowles do a great job of enthusiasm up on the stage. Yeah. I mean, you can contain people on the stage. Was he enthusiastic about his delivery? Yes. So how do you expect somebody to follow you? I've got an opportunity. I think it goes like, we're going to make a lot of money. No. Enthusiasm is what you're after. So next, urgency. Sense of urgency is so important. 80%, think about this, 80% of success is inviting. Take a snapshot of it. Everybody take a snapshot of it. 80%. Edify the presenter. Man, there's nothing, oh my God. I went to a meeting a couple weeks ago, no edification. Walked up and said, hey, this is so-and-so, so-and-so. Have it, go. Edify the speaker. Here's one of the things I always want to do. Say 5 things about the speaker before you introduce the next speaker. And if you have to, I'll put my hand behind my back. Mr. Tommy Lee's an incredible leader. He's living on Lava Rock in Hawaii. He's the first regional vice president back there. He's a wonderful leader. And I tell you what, we're so honored to have him here. See, 5 things about the person you bring him up. Key thing. Because the leader's job should be very simple. So you edify the leader, very important. Never make yourself the issue. Raise the influence of the leader. See, when you raise the influence of the leader, his job or her job is to be simple when they come on the stage. All they have to do is, they're in. But it takes you to edify that person. Okay? Next. Confidence. Never brag. Are you doing me a favor? Never brag. But I always want to talk up about the leader. I always want to talk up to the person I'm talking to. Next, keep it simple. Spend 1 minute with 100 people, but 1 minute with one person. Spend 1 minute with 100 people, not 100 minutes with one person. So many times we're sitting there talking to that person. We're trying to convince that person. And you wasted so much time. And there's one person, all you need is 1 minute, they get it. Let me say something. There's an old Indian proverb back on the mainland. It says, man or woman was given 1,000 words a day. How many of us waste words on people that want to hear what you got to say? Can you imagine wasting words with somebody trying to convince them about this business? And all of a sudden, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you can't talk to the next day after midnight? And then there's that person walk right by, it could be a regional vice president or SVP in your business, but you wasted words, you can't speak. Never do that. 1 minute per person and keep going. Next, say less is more. Don't, oh my God, I had a rep the other day. I mean, she did not know when to shut up. She was trying to sell the opportunity. Look, people always say, what are you selling? What are you selling? Ooh, that just hurts me. Wrong is, I'm not selling anything. I'm sharing, write this down, 3 words. I'm sharing information on services to help you save money. You already got the product. You're just paying too much for it. You already got it. You're paying too much for it. I'm here to share some information how you can save money on services you're going to use every day through the day to die. See, I love the cell phone. I love that business. I mean, think about it. You can pay your car off or lose it. You can pay your house off or lose it. You can never pay off that cell phone bill. I mean, how would that work? You won the state lottery here in Honolulu for $10 million. You're on TV, radio, advertising, newspaper, and there you are. You pick up your cell phone. Hey, Spread, I'm going to pay off my cell phone bill. How would that even work? How would that work? The guy, the girl, the other end on the phone that's, hold on, let me get a supervisor. Hey, supervisor, that person won that $10 million? Yeah. They crazy. They're trying to pay off their cell phone bill. You can't do it. We own you for the rest of your life. We own you. Our business is recession-proof. The economy can do it like this, can't it? The economy in Hawaii is bad. It's good, it's bad, it's big. But our business stays the same. It gets better every month. That's what I want you to understand. This business is like no other business out there in the world. Next, keep it simple. Say less is better. Don't fire hose them. The more you say, the more they judge. The less you say, the less they judge. Write this down. The more you know, the slower you go. The less you know, the faster you go. I'll prove a point. That's how you use a clicker. Don't learn how to use a clicker. ACN pays me a lot of money to go find people that's better than me, that can do it 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 better than me. Because I'm not that bright. Look at this business like a funnel. ACN says get IPOs, get customers, money comes out. You've been trained. Wait a minute. Okay, Mr. Thomas, I got some IPOs. Okay, got some IPOs, okay. Get some customers. Okay, I can get customers after that Mr. Stan's training. I can get cell phone customers. I can do that. And ACN says, money comes out. What's so hard about that? Nothing. By looking at me, you're looking at your futures if you don't quit. I'm not the brightest guy in the shed, but I got enough people to do it better than I can. Does that make sense? Right. Timing, not talent. You can't say the right things to the wrong person. You can't say the wrong person. It's just, like we said, before you got there, they're already what? Are you a red apple, a green apple, or a rotten apple before you got there? Your job is to find out which kind of apple they are, and then move on. Does that make sense? Clear it again for me. People fall into three categories. Red apple, 80% of your time. Green apples, 20% of the time. And rotten apples, 0% of your time. I had a guy the other day, I kid you not, he was such a rotten apple. I just said, sir, I love doing this one. I said, sir, thank you for your time. This is not for you. See, I cut him off before he cut me off. Let me teach you a little something really quickly. When you know they're sitting there, and you should, hey, I'm sorry. Apologize. I'm sorry I wasted your time. Sorry. Forgive me. My upline told me, guys like you won't do this, so I'm sorry I wasted your time. Let me get my stuff, have a great day, and walk out. The wife says, he's going like, what just happened? I'd rather tell him no before he tells what? Me no. How do you feel about that? Don't you feel a little bit better? Doesn't it feel good to tell somebody no before they tell you no? So when I see it's going that sour that way and it's not for that person, I'll say, excuse me, Miss Julie, it's not for you. I understand. Appreciate your time, but I got to go. This is not for you. Thank you. See, I'm in a numbers game. Remember, some will, some won't, somewhere 6 will. That's very powerful. We're sorting, not selling. Click it again for me. We're sorting. Everybody say sorting. Not selling. I'm not selling. We're selling. Nothing. I'm here to save you money on services you're going to use every day. And I'm here to share the information. That's all I'm here for. Everybody say saving people money. Share some information on service they use every day. That's all we do. It's just that simple. We're complicated. Grand opening. Here's when you get your grand opening. The first PBR, I got one to do when I get back Tuesday. Private business reception at home meetings. First of all, set the date. I got a new lady I set up the other day. She's so excited about ACN. I said, when I come back on Tuesday night, 6:30 at your house, she just text me information. Have the meeting at your house, 6:30 to 8:30 on weekdays, weekdays for on the hour. And make sure you start on what? Not Hawaii time. Mainland time, all right? Start on time. Never, ever cancel your whole meeting. Never cancel. This is a profession. I treat it that way. You put a little time in, you get a little out. You put some in, you get some out. You put a lot in, you get a lot out. Never cancel it. Next, how do you invite? Your goal is to invite 10 to 20 guests. Have to invite 20 to 40, because you know half of them show up. Have you ever noticed the night you guys do a PBR, you have more dogs? Every time I do a PBR, I tell people always invite many people because half will show. Now let me give you a little secret on inviting. I know one guy. when I tell people to do a PBR, I said, now here's the secret I tell people. I said, move in. You know what? I said, tell your guests when they come to stop by the store and bring a bag of ice. You know why? You know the party will start till the ice get there. I've had people come to a PBR and say, dang it, I wasn't going to come, but I had to bring the ice. I'm here. Gotcha. First bag of ice come in, put in the freezer. Second bag of ice in, put in the freezer. Third bag of ice come in, put in the sink. Fourth and fifth, put out in the garage. Then all of a sudden people say, wait, I just brought a bag of ice. Yeah, I didn't know you were coming tonight. So I have some backup bag of ice. That's what I use a lot. I'm telling you the truth. It works for me. I'm telling you, it might work for you. Stop by the store and bring a roll of toilet paper. It's my second one I use. First roll. I'm telling you, they show up. They show up. Anyway, invite. The hard fact, 50% will not show. The size of your PBR will duplicate good or bad. And when people show up, never do this. Well, I invited 10 people, only 3, I'll show them. You shot yourself in the head. Don't ever make people feel bad about that. Man, I'm so glad you showed up, man. You're one of the ones I wanted to hear. I'm so glad you came. It's always 100% show up. In my mind, that's what I tell them, because I don't want nobody to think less of it. But why they're there? Click it again for me. Here's an inviting script. Hey, Julie, I'm so glad I got in touch with you. Listen, I only have a minute. What are you doing tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m.? If busy, what?
Cancel.
Right. I just got real lucky and started working with a business project with a really successful person, and they asked me that I don't know if you look at it. If anybody who's successful, so I just, and guess what? I'll bring it over, Mr. Danny Beck. Now, guess what? I'm gonna talk him up. But a lot of times, hey, what are you doing tomorrow night? We're gonna get rich. Next thing, the first thing on the phone, you got food? Yeah, I got food. But you didn't talk anything about the presentation, why they're coming. So make sure you stick to the script. Are you open to making serious money part-time? I don't know why people think they always got to quit this business or quit what they're doing to do this business. No, you don't. Part-time. Click it again for me. Response. Yes, it depends, maybe. So the script here, take a picture of the script. The script is so important to stay on that script. Matter of fact, I love the one in ACN's back office. The script, it goes right in the same thing, and it just talks about what to say. Because a lot of people come in and don't know what to say. This is very powerful. Click it again for me. Team etiquette. This is so important. Oh my God. I love Debbie Davis. She always talks about how people should dress, especially ladies. And team etiquette is so important in this business. See, you have to give people a winning track to run on. They have to be a great environment to win in. Does that make sense? Click it again for me. Okay, first of all, dress for success. No dreams. Dress for success. And when you come, do not bring the babies. This is like you go into a job interview. Make sure you're professionally dressed because you don't know who's going to be there. You don't know what it's going to reflect. See, everything is done by being dressed for success and be professional. Click it again. Arrive early. Leaders always arrive early with the last ones to leave. Next, click it again. Introduce your guest. And always introduce your guest in a light, and you're always talking them up. But also that the speaker is more important. I hate when people come, well, Mr. Thomas, you don't stand there to tell. No. The speaker is more important than anybody. The guest is great, but you got to talk the speaker up so the guest will come. Next, sit toward the front. I always sit, look, $1 million row. 900,000, 800,000, 700,000, 600,000, bleachers. Always in the front row. And when I sit with my guests, if you didn't notice, I was sitting there, and if I was sitting next to Frederick right now, I'd be. Guess what he's going to be sitting? It's very powerful. I don't care how many times you've heard the speaker ever say some joke. I've said the same thing 1,000 times. Some with jokes on. Laugh. Be a part of the audience. So, sit on your seats toward front, lean forward and pay attention, and participation is so important. There's nothing worse than walking in a room with 700 people and only 2 people clapping. Participate. And when somebody signs up, and Frederick signed up today, guess what? Hey, everybody, this is Frederick here, just sign up. See, the reason I do that is I want to know who made a great decision. Matter of fact, sometimes I'll jump on chairs, I'll jump on tables, I'll say, everybody, let's give Frederick a silent cheer. Do a silent cheer. Just something goofy. He's happy. Because guess what? If he signs up right now and I just me and him, he goes out to his car, he sits in there, he puts a key in the ignition, he sits there like, shoot, what did I just do? My wife, my girlfriend's gonna kill me. But if we all participate, he'll get his car like, man, I can't wait to tell her about this. She bitten us, and I'm just kidding. But you get the idea. Participation. Participating fee. Remember, it's $5 for VIP events and training, regional special event. Take ownership of your business. Here's one of the things that I always like to look at. How much, write this down. How much real estate do you have in that meeting that day? What's real estate? How many people do you have as guests in those chairs? How many IBOs do I learned this from Mr. Danny Beck. We used to have an office here in Las Vegas. He always told us, everybody that sit there listening, how many people do you have in that room that's in your organization, number one, and how many guests do you have, number two? That's very important. Your numbers tell the story. People say, well, I had a great meeting. How many guests? Oh, I don't know. How many IBOs? Well, about 6 or 7 IBOs. Great. How many signed up? I don't know if anybody's. No, that was church. Every meeting should be successful by having customers and IBOs signed up. Before I put my head on the pillow at night, I want to know, okay, I have 12 people there. 6 were guests, 6 were IBOs. We got 3 sign-ups and 4 customer points. Now I got 16. Does that make sense? So every meeting should be successful by having it successfully by the outcome. Take ownership. This is so important. Write this down. Take ownership. Ownership in your business. Ownership. You decided to come from a different island to be here. You took ownership today. Some other people in your team didn't come, they didn't take as much ownership in their business. But then again, they wonder why they won't be successful as you will be in 2018 because you took ownership in your business. Click it again for me. Promote weekly trainings. Oh my God. Here we go again. Here we go again. Saturdays is what? Training. Every answer, write this down. Every answer we answer when? Saturday. Well, how do I get to ETT? Hey, that's a great question. We'll answer that Saturday. Hey, I got ETT, how to get to ETT? Hey, that's a great question. We'll do that Saturday. Every answer is going to be given when? Saturday. And if you didn't get the answer on Saturday, guess what? We'll still be here to answer the question. But everything falls on Saturday. One-on-ones, PBRs, bonds, wonderful. But everything goes down when? Saturday. Never miss a Saturday. Never miss a Saturday. Very important. Let me share something. Everything starts on Saturday. Write this down. I'm going to give you one more point and I'm done. Wealth principle number 1 that they don't teach in school. Are you ready? Wealth starts at home after 5. Write that down. Wealth starts at home after 5. Let me give you an example of wealth. My friend Dean here. He's a pilot for Hawai'i Air. Do you think this job got him wealthy? Dean, when you start looking at real estate because you're mogul, when you start buying property, was it before 5 or after 5? After 5. Home-based business. McDonald's. Oh, I'm sorry, Burger King. No, I'm sorry. KFC, Colonel Sanders, started at age 65. From a social insecurity check of $55 a month, he couldn't retire on that. So he started making his little ingredients where? At where? Home. After 5. Now he's a billionaire. Mark Zuckerberg got wealthy where? At dorm, after class, after 5. Oh. Mark Cuban from Shark Tank. Oh, wait. He sold his company for billions of dollars, but he started dorm after class, after 5. Oh my gosh, Shark Tank. All the people on there got billions of dollars after 5. Oh my God. Everybody that comes on Shark Tank started their business from home after 5. Is there a pattern for wealth and success for you and I? Oh, Batman. Yes, Robin? Oh my God. We haven't It's the same chance. You think? We start our business from home after 5. So, what you're saying, Mr. Thomas, we have a great 100,000% chance of becoming wealthy at home after 5. And the 2 key products and services that makes this even more spectacular for you and I, it's only $500. And we have leverage and residuals working in our favor. Everybody successful that you've been looking at on TV and drooling with got wealthy after 5 from home. ACN says, be a good team player, promote weekly trainings on Saturday. Because you get wealthy at 5, you train them on Saturday. It seems to me that we have the same thing that all these other millionaires and billionaires have. But it all starts at 5. And it winds up on Saturdays for training. I want to thank you all for your time today. And I hope you get a lot out of this. If you take this information and run with it, and never, ever quit this business. If it was easy, everybody would do it. The next young man we'll bring up is a dear friend of mine. God, we started, he was in ACN before I was in ACN. We met up at Starbucks one day. He was in there doing a one-on-one for ACN. I was with another company. I was number 2 guy in another company. And we talked and we became friends. And then we became real close friends. And watched and admired each other from the distance and became super good close friends and dear friends to this day. And I tell you what, we have stories we'll probably take to our grave because we love each other. At least I love him as much as he loves me. And I am just so happy to introduce this young man to you. Now, if you give me a moment, I want you to think about this. What if you left Hawaii and you were sent to Yugoslavia with your family? You don't understand the language. You have no job. But you went on there because you want to live the dream of being an entrepreneur. And you don't even understand the language, but you start getting a car that had the language and you start learning and driving the highway. Been mentored by a very successful person. To learn a language you have no idea. And then you start doing the presentation, the language, Mr. Dean, you didn't understand, but you didn't have any idea what you're saying. And then you work as a barista at Starbucks for a little bit of time, and you hear of an opportunity like ACN, and you try to few other things like some of us done, and that didn't work out for you. But then this young man found an opportunity and just dug in. And he said, I don't care what anybody says, let them be right, I'll be rich. And he went to work. And then, Lord behold, he went to work so hard on these things that we talked about today that he was making $90,000 a month, documented as a team coordinator. And then told his parents, don't worry about it. I got your back. Retire. Chase you around the house. Enjoy your grandkids. Because I'm going to have a big goal. I got a big vision. And because he had such a vision that every one of you, just about in this room, is part of his group. Such a big vision, the company says, we got to make a country for you to run. Because you're just off the chain. They said, look, since you speak that language, we're going to send you back there and let you build your dreams. Because ACN said, we want to be a part of your vision. And they went there with zero idea and a bunch of numbers. And started doing hammer the phone. Everything we're teaching you today. And you saw the picture that Mr. Tommy Lee showed up there. They went from about 4,000 to bigger, and now they're spending big venues. And ACN said, God, you're such an animal. You're such an incredible leader. There's another country right close to you called Japan. We want to send you there. And you know what I love about this young man? He's never said no. When he was asked to come here on the way to career, he didn't say no. He said, could you change a few things around? I'll make it just for you. And went to Japan and just, And we don't really understand what we have in this young man. So I want you to pay very close attention. Because every one of you, everybody in this room got mentored by him, including me. And changed my life. It's like hope it changed your life. And like it changed thousands of people around the country. Without further ado, Senior Vice President of Asia Sales, the great Mr. Danny Beck.
It's been an amazing day, especially having Mr. Al Thomas. You know, he flew in just yesterday from Las Vegas. You know, you gotta understand, Mr. Al Thomas does not have to be in Hawaii. He has a massive organization with, insane amount of customers all throughout America and many other countries. But Hawaii is not one of the areas that he focuses on building his business. But only reason he's here is because he cares about everybody here, and he has a great friendship with many of the leaders here, like Mr. Tommy and Mr. Stewart Stant. He doesn't benefit a single dollar by spending his hours of flying here, spending a couple of days here, training us, sharing his wisdom and his energy and his experience and his stories with us. He doesn't make a single dollar for doing it, because this is not his main market. He does business. He's only here, and he sacrificed his time and energy to be here just because he wanted to participate and give you guys all the trainings and ideas that he could share with us today. Wasn't Mr. Thomas' training absolutely amazing? Can we give him a little bit of a show of appreciation? He has been a dear friend and a great mentor for me for the last 14, 15 years in my life as well. And just like he mentioned, just right before ACN, I was a college student. I was working at Starbucks, making a few dollars an hour. I only lived in America for 4 years at the time, so I didn't really speak English well. And I got introduced to the opportunity with the concept of, just getting excited about the concept of getting paid on things I was already paying, and helping other people to save a little bit of money and get paid, just like what we have heard today. And I got excited about it just like all of you guys got excited about it. And I went through the same process, just like Mr. Stewart Stant said. I got trained, but I went out there and did it my own way. And through the process, we started learning the business by little. And in time, a lot of great things have happened. And the last 14 years have been absolutely amazing for me, many of my friends, many of my family members. And just like Mr. Al Thomas mentioned, now I spend a lot of my time in Korea and Japan. So I did fly. I know a lot of you guys flew in from different islands as well. I flew from 8th island for Hawaii, which I think is Las Vegas. Is that true? Is it 8th or 9th? 9th island. So I lived there. I took a 1:20 a.m. flight, and I did arrive this morning to be here, and I'm going to be flying over to Korea from here. I'm spending a couple days in Korea. I'll be in Tokyo 2 days after that. I'll be in Okinawa for 3 days after that. I'll be back in Tokyo for 2 days after that, and I'll be in Seoul for 4 days after that. And after that, we'll be in Busan, Korea. We're having ACN Asia Convention. We're expecting over 10,000 people to be there in Busan, Korea, in just 2 weeks. On February 3rd and 4th, and right after that, in the month of February, we're celebrating our 25th year anniversary. So we have over 10,000 attendees coming to our convention in Busan, Korea. 2 weeks after that, we'll be in Charlotte, North Carolina together. We're going to have, 20,000 plus people there in Charlotte, North Carolina, which is where our home office is. Our world headquarters is in Charlotte, North Carolina. We're going to have a powerful event there. This should be the very first time where we have all 4 co-founders and all 3 vice presidents of sales for different reasons, all 7 of us together at the event. This event is going to be absolutely absolutely amazing. There's going to be some serious information that's going to be shared at the Charlotte event, and a week after that, we're going to be out in Rotterdam, in Europe, celebrating our 25th year anniversary in Rotterdam for conventions. So, you know, I got a full schedule all the way up to April. Just in February alone, you know, I'm going to be in like 5 different countries. You know, but we wanted to stop by Hawaii for a couple of days, and this is the first time where the core leadership from Big Island and Kauai and Maui and Oahu and all the islands came together to have a training like this. Usually we have Oahu event, we have a Maui event, we have a Big Island event, Kauai event separate, but this is the very first time where we put all the core leadership and core serious, motivated future leaders of the ACN Hawaii all together like this. I know many of you flew in early this morning and maybe you're flying right back after the event. All of us came together like this because we truly believe ACN Hawaii, yes, we started getting customers here many years ago, but I truly believe that, and Mr. Tommy Lee truly believes, Mr. Al Thomas, Mr. Stewart Stant, we truly believe that ACN Hawaii officially starts this year in 2018 under the leadership that's being formed right now in this room. When we say ACN Hawaii is truly just beginning, just think about how many people are in Hawaii and think about how many people are here right now. This is the beginning, and I can promise you right now, there will be so many regional vice presidents and senior vice presidents that's going to come out of the state of Hawaii marketplace. You know, right now, I mean, we heard about Japan. You know, we opened up Japan a little over a year and 4 months ago. We opened in the country, obviously with no service yet. We didn't have our wireless service set up yet. We didn't have electricity service there yet. But, you know, that's the power of ACN. They go into these countries and they make the impossibles happen. Just think about that for a second. There are many people sitting in this room right now. Just logically think about this. A person living in Honolulu getting paid, and people in Tokyo is paying their electricity bill of their apartment in Tokyo. In Japanese yen, they're paying their electricity bill in Tokyo, but we have people in Honolulu getting commission in US dollars in their bank account every single month. They pay their electricity bill in Tokyo. Let's just say ACN didn't exist. How would you create that? And where would you even start? Like, who would you have to go talk to? How much money would you need to fly out to Japan and figure that out? Like, let's face it. If we had to make that a possibility and reality, it would be impossible. You couldn't have done it. I couldn't have done it. But ACN has already done that in 25 countries. ACN's been doing it for 25 years. ACN don't even have a competition. There is not a single company doing what ACN is doing right now in all the countries. And what's exciting is, just like we heard today, you know, we're not even open in Philippines yet. We're not even open in Taiwan yet. We're not even open in China yet. We're not even open in Vietnam yet. We're not even open in Thailand yet. We're not even open in the rest of Asia yet. We're only in Korea and Japan when it comes down to Asia. In Europe, we're already open in 18 countries. But Asia, we're only open in Korea and Japan. And let's face it, everybody in Hawaii could find their network and connection to Asia if they try just a little bit. True or not true? How many of you have ever met an Asian person before? How many of you, it's not hard for you to do because you're just going to look in the mirror. Now, you think it's normal. You go to Kansas, it ain't normal. One of my good friends from Kansas, he said, man, we used to call you guys Orientals. He said the first time he ever met an Asian person was when he went to California. You know, so it's hard to live in Kansas and find their network into expansion to Japan or China or Philippines or Korea, but you can't live in Hawaii and not build a friendship with somebody that's from one of those countries in Asia. True or not true? So the fact that you live here, and the fact that ACN, you're not part of ACN 20 years ago, when they were getting ready to talk about the vision of the next 10 years expanding 18 countries in Europe. You're partnering up with ACN in year 2018, which is a couple of years after ACN have done so much work to prepare the foundation of creating Korea opportunity, Japan opportunity, and it's not a future thing, it's already in existence. All you have to do is plug in and tap in and start getting paid on those services in those countries. We already have a system in place in all the cities. We already have a giant headquarters there with training systems just like this. You don't even have to physically go. You could just send people there to our Tokyo office, our Seoul office, our Busan office, our Osaka office, and we have training just like this in their language happening in those marketplaces. And you could go out there and build a team in those marketplaces and get paid when people in Korea are paying their cell phone bills, when people in Korea get customers and they're swapping their credit card in their Korean won, you could get paid in US dollars in your bank account in Honolulu or Maui or Hawaii or Big Island. And can you imagine somebody in Hilo getting paid when somebody in Osaka is paying their electricity bill? It's not a future vision, no, it's already the reality that you could start doing right away today. That's the opportunity we have here with ACN. And we haven't even, really in my opinion, we haven't even begun yet. We've been just warming up. Blink of an eye, you know, 1 year is going to go by, 2 years is going to go by. How many of you could agree with me? Time flies. Yes. How many of you can't believe 2017 already ended? And how many of you can't believe 2018 already started and it didn't just start, like it's already been 2 weeks since 2018 started. It's already the 13th, about to be the 14th. You breathe a few more times, it's going to be 2019. In a few years, we'll be in 20 plus countries in Asia. And here's the reality. Everything that's going to happen in Asia, there will be someone that's going to get paid residual income on all those customers that's going to happen in Asia. And I don't care if today's your very first day learning about ACN, you could be that person. If you learn the information, if you go out there and apply it, you work hard, stay consistent, put your focus and have the right mindset, understand our plan, get customers exactly the way Mr. Stewart Stant explained it to us, build a team just the way Mr. Al Thomas trained us, and you stay consistent with that for the next few years of time, you could go out there and become one of those giant success stories that override those cities, those states, and those countries of millions of dollars, if not billions of dollars of revenue that's going to happen in the next few years to come. We just opened up Japan, literally, what, year and 3-4 months ago? We just launched Korea a few years ago. You know, we've already done over $550 million in business just in those markets already. So when I said that you could be overriding millions, if not billions in the future of customers, paying these bills on services that we already use every day anyways, I'm just here to tell you, if a guy like me that didn't speak English when I started ACN, I was working at Starbucks making $8.50 an hour, 4 a.m. to 12 o'clock, going to school in the afternoon and just doing the business part-time and nighttime until I had a little bit of income to go out there and cut my Starbucks time so I could do more, I could invest more time doing the business. If I could do it, I didn't just have to learn how to get customers and build a team, I had to learn English with them. If I could do it, you know, it's so silly, you know, it's so bad. When I started the business in America, I didn't speak English. I only spoke English for a few years, learning the business and, you know, living in America. So by the time we launched Korea, I kind of forgot half of Korean. So we launched Korea, now I'm like half, you know, like half, I'm speaking and it's half English, half Korean. So I opened up Korea when I didn't speak Korean that good. And as soon as we got Korea going, now we open up Japan and I don't speak any Japanese. So like, I put myself in a position where it's the hardest position you could be in, where I can't communicate with nobody. And if I could do it under that condition. How many of you live in Hawaii by show of hands? What language do you speak? Pidgin? I mean English? You speak English, you live in America. How many of you could agree with me? If I could do it in those circumstances, you could definitely do it in your circumstances, because it's not by luck, it's not by talent, it's not you figuring out your own way. No, the formula is same everywhere. Somebody said, how did you do it in Japan? Why? Because the formula is same as what we learned today. How do we do it in Korea? The formula is same. You know the training you saw today? You know we use that same exact training just in their language in Japan and Korea? Somebody said, I want to go out there and build a $550 million business. You know what you have to do? Just master this. Just master this. Mr. Al Thomas just said, Saturday is the golden day. Saturday is the training. Now, how many of you have, if you think about it, every single one of us have mastered something in our lives. Would you guys agree with that? So you're a professional at something, every single one of us. I worked at Starbucks. I became professional at making Starbucks drinks, right? Now, didn't happen overnight. I went through 2 weeks of 80 hours of intense training with a thick booklet like this. And even after 2-week training, 80 hours of training, you know you didn't master it. Customer orders a drink, I still had to look at the book, I still had to put the ingredient, if this is 2 pumps, this is 3 pumps, or whatever it is, right? But if you did that for a year, every single day, 5 days a week, 40 hours a week, you know a year from now, you don't have to look at the book, right? Doesn't matter how good the training is, how many of you could agree with me? There probably isn't a single person in the world that got a job at Starbucks after 1 day of 8 hours of training. They said, I got it all, I never had to look at the training book ever again. How many of you could agree with me that never happened before? Never. How many of you could agree with me there has never been an NBA player that only went through one basketball training 4-hour program? How many of you could agree with me there shouldn't have been, and probably there has never been a doctor that became a professional surgeon, a doctor, after 4 hours of studying medical? If you need a surgery in your brain, would you let a doctor that only studied for 4 hours to become a doctor perform an operation on your brain? So, should becoming a professional here be any different? Yes or no? No. So the beauty is, all the answers are here. And if you could just commit, now here's the deal. Every Saturday, we have a 2-hour training. Now let's face it. 2 hours is barely enough time to watch a movie. You have 168 hours in a week. 2 hours is less than 1.3% of a week. You have 1.3% of a week is the only 2 hours that you gotta go through a training. If somebody said that I want to improve my life, I want to create additional income, I want to create a time freedom, I want to go out there and build a business for myself, and you heard today, the key is to go to the training and never miss a training. How many of you could agree with me? You shouldn't have any issue committing at least 1.3% of a week. How many of you have ever seen a movie that has 0 chance of improving your life in any way possible ever? How many of you waste more than 2 hours a week in stupid stuff, by show of hands? How many of you didn't raise your hand because it's not a week, you do it every day? You know? Right? 2 hours a week. Only once a quarter. We're going to put all the islands together like this, and we have a 4-hour event, which is barely enough time to watch 2 movies. That's it. That's it. And if you could stay consistent with that, you could master this business where you could go out there, just like I said, in Korea we do the same training in Korean language. You go to Tokyo, you go to Osaka, you go to Fukuoka, you go to Okinawa, every city you go, we have the same exact training. What you saw today, just in their language. What that means is if you can master this, doesn't matter if you open up China. How many of you think it would be cool if you could get paid when somebody in China is paying their bills? I mean, there's a lot of people out there. Like, you don't even need a 0.1% of the market. You could get like 0.001% of the market, and you'd be like $1 billion company. Like, there's so many people there. I mean, how many of you could get excited about the thought of just getting paid a small percentage when people in the Philippines are paying their phone bills in the next few years of time? How do you do that? How do you do that? You know how you do that? You simply go to Saturday training. Every week, just 2 hours a week, once a quarter, 4 hours, once a quarter when all the islands come together, and just once a quarter be willing to travel to our bigger events. Well, let me ask you like this, okay? Let's just say you're not interested, but you're very serious about becoming an actor or actress one day. Let's just say that was your dream, okay? And there was going to be an opportunity to get trained. What if there was going to be a training in Hollywood? Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, Julia Roberts, Al Pacino, George Clooney, Robert De Niro, Angelina Jolie, all the greatest actors of all time. We're going to come together and train you for 3 days on how you could become a superstar actor or actress. And there was going to be a session like that held in Hollywood. And you were not interested in it, but you were passionate and motivated to become an actor one day. How many of you could agree with me, if there was going to be a training event like that, how many of you could agree with me? It would only make sense to go to that training event. How many of these two things? One, either they're not that serious about becoming an actor, or number two, they just simply don't get it. Would you guys agree with that statement? Yes. Of course. What if that training course was going to cost $5,000 to go? If somebody was damn serious about becoming an actor, how many of you could agree with me, even $5,000 wouldn't even matter if there was a trainer. They would sell their car to go to that training. How many of you guys agree with that? If they're not just interested, but if they're serious about going into that field. Once a quarter, I'm so thankful for this incredible opportunity because company puts a convention together. And they try to make it as best as possible, so they move around in different cities to cater to people, to make it as closer as possible to them at least once or twice a year. And they don't charge $5,000. I know how much they spend to put these events, and they never even make money on it. Like, it's like, just because it's our own business, we're all just participating in a little bit of expense to put the event together, which is a multi-million-dollar production. So for about $150, you can register for these events once a quarter. Owners of the companies there, all the senior vice presidents are there. Robert De Niro and Julia Roberts of ACN is there. And they're saying, hey, you know what? This is where I was. This is what I've learned. This is what I did. This is what I did right. This is what I did wrong. So don't do this and do this. And if you do this, this is the result you could get. And they share all these knowledge and all these stories and their energy with all of us. Once a quarter, they do a training event like this. And especially at this event coming up in Charlotte, North Carolina, this will be like a convention and a training like you have never, I don't care if you've ever been to conventions before, you have never been to an event like what we're about to have in Charlotte, North Carolina. This event, because I'm on the inside of, I know what they're doing to prepare for this event. This 25th year anniversary convention they're preparing right now is an event like you have never experienced in ACN. What's going to happen at this event is so powerful and so life-changing that I could literally guarantee you, If you went to Charlotte, North Carolina, I forgot the registration, it's 150 or whatever it is. You get your hotel, fly some people, figure it out. They spend, room, maybe share a room with a couple other people or whatever, minimize the cost or whatever. My first convention, we had 8 people staying in each hotel room because a lot of us didn't have money when we were traveling in the beginning, right? So you go from 8 people, we do, rock, paper, scissors, to see who could go shower first, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to use a wet towel, you know what I'm saying? But that's how we started. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. When you're drying off with wet towel, you just gotta wipe it really fast. Then you feel it less. You know what I'm saying? but you feel it. It's all good. So, or dry it off. It's all good. So, this event is going to be so powerful. I'll just tell you this, okay? They kept telling me when I got started, they said, you just got to go to a convention. They said, if you go to the convention, everything will make sense. I said, well, okay, all right. So I went to my first convention, and a miracle happened. I didn't know anything about the opportunity, but I went to my first convention with a few of my friends. But before the convention, I'll keep telling my friends, man, let's work hard, let's make it happen. And they weren't really listening to me because they knew I didn't know much either, and they knew I wasn't successful either. But I just made sure they went to the convention with me. We drove 26 hours from Vegas to Dallas, Texas, and we went to our first convention. We drove 26 hours. And after the event, a miracle happened. The training, not me, SVPs, senior VPs, RVPs, owners motivated my friends. What can I train my friends? I just started. I can't, right? But guess what? The convention trained my friends. So they came home and they were different. It was unbelievable. Only because I brought my friends to the convention, I came back from the convention and 2 weeks later I was a team coordinator, but I still didn't even know what I was doing. I had a team of like hundreds of customers, but I didn't know what I was doing. You know why? The convention just brought more people. Next convention just brought more people. Next convention just brought more people. And the owners and the leaders of the company trained my team. I didn't even know what I was doing. They trained them. They motivated them. They put them on the right track. It built my business for me. All I did was I built the trainings, and the trainings built my business for me. A lot of people said, Danny, you didn't even speak English. How did you make it? I didn't build it. I only built the training. All I said was, let's go. They said, I can't go. Just trust me, let's go. I can't go. Well, don't go next time, but go this time. They said, no, I'll go next time. No, don't go next time. But just go with me this time. I just made sure they went with me. Each training, that's it. All I did was I built the training. Training built my business for me. Training trained my team for me. So I went from just few people to 20 to 50 to 100 to few hundred to few thousand. Same thing. Even at the convention this time, I'm not doing majority of the trainings. Senior vice presidents are going to train. We're going to have 10,000 people in Korea. I'm not training. Senior vice presidents are going to train our people. Mr. Greg Provenzano is coming to train our people in Korea. They do the training. I just take them there. Even now, I just take them there. Like, I have no problem. Just bring people there. Somebody said, I can't go. Why not? Whatever that reason is, use that reason next time. But just this time, use my reasons on why you should go. Just go with me this time. This time, use my reasons. Next time, we use your reasons. But this time, you go with me. So I just make sure they're there. And when they're there, they trained my people for me, my team for me. And you know what happened? In short few years in Asia, we have signed up over 300,000 to 400,000 business partners that are all our customers. How many of you would love to just get paid a little percentage when 400,000 people are getting customers? You know how that happens? Go to a training every Saturday. And just make sure 1 or 2 or 5 or 10 or more people are there with you at the training, so training can start building your business. I promise you, this is the last thing I'll say. Just remember this, I promise you this. If you build a training, training will build your business. I know we have great trainings happening in Oahu right now. I know Mr. Paul, and Debbie, and Marcus, Mr. Tommy Lee, they're having great training happening every Saturday here. If you're in Oahu, make sure you're at that Saturday training. I know right now in Maui, we have a couple different powerful Saturday trainings happening, especially I know Mr. Stewart Stant is running a great office there with great trainings, and I know Garrett and Eve, they got a great training going. Whatever system you're plugging into, every Saturday, make sure you're there, go to the training. I know Kauai, Cheryl's running the training there. I know Big Island, we got some movement happening in Hilo right now with, Debbie and Mark, and we got a lot of great things happening there too. Just every Saturday, local market, get together and get trained. And be consistent. You're not going to master it first day. Be consistent until you become a master. And just once a quarter, locally we'll get together as a state, and once a quarter we'll just travel to mainland and get trained by the best of the best and the owners. And if you could do that consistently for the next 2 to 5 years, look at it like a financial university. Look at it like your life-changing university, true university to make your life better. If you can look at it that way and commit to it and follow through for the next few years, I'm telling you, every single one of you here could become senior vice presidents and regional vice presidents, and everything you need to know and everything you need to do will all be shared from the training. So I want to encourage every single one of you to make sure that you, not just yourself being in Charlotte, but try to go out there and build a team of at least 2, 3, 5, 10, 20 people with you to Charlotte, North Carolina. And make sure when you go to Charlotte, make sure you visit the home office. When you see our giant campus, to see our home office of where the call center is, where all the product is happening, our whole campus, our building. I mean, your belief level and confidence in your future with ACN will just go through the roof. So make sure you're in Charlotte with us, but build a team and bring people with you to Charlotte. And I also want to say thank you to every single one of you that traveled from different islands to be here. We want to thank the local Oahu team for putting this event together. And give yourselves a big round of applause because you guys are the foundation leaders. You guys are the founding members of true beginning of ACN Oahu. Everything's going to happen starting this event. I promise you, in a short amount of time, we're going to be in Hawaii Convention Center having 5,000 people, Hawaii regional events like this. Think about it like this. We already have a couple hundred people here. Do you know if every single one of us here had 25 people in your team attending a training 1 year from now, there will be 5,000 people together at Hawaii Convention Center. How many of you guys can see that happen? Every single one of us can make that happen. I say Happy Year's to everybody. Set some big plans this year. Some people are so afraid to set big goals because they're going to fail. I watched a clip of Kobe Bryant recently because, obviously he just retired. Somebody asked him, hey, what do you do when you lose? What do you do when you fail? You know what he said? Failure doesn't even exist. He said, what does that even mean? He said, what do you mean? You lost a lot of games. He said, no, let me tell you something. Failure doesn't exist. Either you win or there was an opportunity for you to learn. I've never failed. If I ever lost a game, I've just learned something and I played better next time. If you could have that mentality and not be afraid to fail, not be afraid to come short, set some big goals this year. If you don't have big plans and big goals for you, nobody else will. You got to set your dreams and goals so big that it will force you to change. If you set safe goals, you'll never change. And if you don't change, your life won't change. How many of you want 2018 to be the best year you had yet up to this point in your life? By show of hands. How many of you want to laugh more in 2018? By show of hands. How many of you want to help more people and do more good in 2018 than you've ever had? How many of you want to build the biggest team you've ever built in your 2018? How many of you want to get promoted in 2018 and become team coordinators, regional vice presidents, and senior vice presidents? How many of you want to add another 0 or 2 to your income compared to 2017 and 2018? feel good, but you gotta commit big, you gotta think big, act big, commit to it, follow through, don't let anybody steal your dreams. Go to your training every Saturday, be in Charlotte with us, and we're gonna make it happen. To close the event, let's bring up Mr. Tommy Lee, our fearless leader, our founding leader who started ACN Hawaii. Before we bring Mr. Tommy Lee, here is how ACN Hawaii. So let's show our appreciation, bring off the close the event. Thank you very much, Mr. Tommy Lee.
All right, guys. Is that pretty amazing? I'm jacked up, fired up, ready to rock. And in closing, guys, how many of you guys wish you had more of your friends here today? What if you went to the beach today instead of being here? How would that affect, seriously, the rest of your life? That's how I look at it. 12 years ago when I was broke as a joke, getting started, scared, $499, I was like $498 short. But I'll tell you guys what, Hawaii is starting right now, and we'd have to take just the last minute or two to really show our appreciation for all of our trainers today, Mr. Stewart, Stant, and the team of Maui, all of our Island guys for finally making this event happen. Amazing Mr. Paul Xavier and his team, and Debbie and Mr. Eric over there, and John Doolin, who tediously set up everything, and Mr. John Stark, unbelievable. So thank you guys. And Mr. Al Thomas, our Senior Vice President, who's giving us a award for this one here, to help close out this event.
And I'm sorry, I want to also thank, I got up here to thank a couple people, but I missed a couple. Can we give Mr. Tommy Lee a hand for putting this all together? Thank you so much. You're a good friend for all those years. Love you, man. And also, Regional Vice President, Mr. Stewart, would you please stand? I just want to say thank you for who you are, what you're doing, your island, and being a great leader, and all the blessings you bestowed upon us today. I learned a lot from you today, as I always do. Thank you so much, and thank you for your growth. You're awesome, man. Can't wait to become a Senior Vice President of Circle Champions member. God bless you all. Thank you.
Also, as you guys are leaving today, we're going to finish off with a little video that's a little highlight clip about what an international event is. It's not to promote it or hype it up. It couldn't even do it justice for what it really is. But as we're closing out, taking a few pictures and exiting, please check out this video clip as we end. We do have Get to Your Next Saturday event, or business opportunity meeting. I believe on Kauai, it's going to be on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Okay, on in Hilo, 292 East Palai Street. It's going to happen this Tuesday at 7:30. And we have Saturday training, of course, on Oahu at a Pro City office at Paul and Deb's office this Saturday. See you this Saturday. And registration starts at 9:30 a.m. Okay, so Maui, next one is on Tuesday at 7:30 on 360 Ho'ohana Street in Kahului, Maui. Grab some Krispy Kremes and head on over there. Sorry. 7 o'clock, sorry. 7 o'clock on Maui, Tuesday. So get together with the leaders. The person invited you down. We'll get you all that information. And if you're going to get started, hey, get started. If you're not qualified yet, get qualified. If you have questions, see you this Saturday. Let's give everyone a big